Hello and welcome into this week's episode of Unrolled Stories, a weekly D&D campaign set in the world of Elvoria. We are back with these wonderful humans after a extended break, largely my fault because I went gallivanting around another country, to roll some dice, attempt some questionable accents, and hopefully tell a decent story. We do have a couple of announcements at the top of the episode. First of all, latest release from the Runic Press team is a unhinged madcap book of bonkers content for D&D 5th edition. Bolo's bargain bin of blurst bits and bobs is available on the DM's Guild now, and honestly, it's what happens when a bunch of D&D creators just decide to stop paying attention to being serious and lose their minds.
What's it called again, sorry, Gethin?
Bolo's bargain bin of blurst bits and bobs.
You're breaking out. Can you say it quicker?
No.
That'll come through.
So if you're looking to throw in a bunch of whimsy, chaos, and fourth wall breaking content into your D&D campaigns, perfect book for you to pick up. It is batshit insane. Also from Runic Press is the third or fourth, depends whether you count the Christmas special one, book of Trinklets. Bunch of kind of low power magic items to just throw at players that are going to cause havoc and are usually pretty stupid. They're good fun. Do go pick them up, and you could probably pick them up as a bundle and save yourself a bunch of money. They're great for stocking stuffers for your D&D adventures. They are great fun to work on. Other than that, Dakota Irish, as always, you can grab 10% off by heading to the website and using code TheWelshDM. So if you want to grab yourself some shiny dice or beautiful wooden tabletop accessories, you can head over there and sort that out. I think it's a little late to get stuff for Christmas, but you never know, you might be able to get expedited shipping. The podcast, we are finally up to date with the podcast, which now means that episodes will be released shortly after the YouTube video goes out. So, you know, that's great. That took a long time coming. So if you would rather listen to us rather than look at our ugly faces, well, my ugly face, the rest of them are pretty good looking. You can listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well. And as always, in this game, we make use of the Reimagined Classes that are also available on the DM's Guild. So if you want to embody Balrick, Lesley, Aderyn, or Ximori at your table, or your own equivalent thereof, do go check out those rules if you're not interested in the new versions of those classes. And NPC Art, if used, is provided by Aderyn Angiolini's Art Venturing Guild. The character art currently is being produced by @LiveDoodles, and the Chibi battle map art, if we use it, was done by WeTheDreamingDesigns. So do go check out those artists if you can, and support real artists in this hellscape of an online world.
And for those of you who are paying attention, Gethin just let out a spoiler.
We'll see whether they're done in time. Anyway, with those announcements out of the way, I think it is time to continue telling our story. Previously, man, it's been a while. This could take half the episode to do a previously. Having arrived in the town of Sanroy Kar, you came across the devastated remains of the town and learned that a bard by the name of Smokefingers had passed through and been responsible for the fire that had burnt through about half of the town's buildings. You also, while there, met a new figure who introduced themselves as Arquen, a dragonborn half-orc of interesting nature, which may or may not become apparent as you continue to travel with them. The morning after, having helped a little bit around town, you were accosted by the castigators who had long been on your trail ever since Kalkurth. They confronted you in the dawn light on the town streets, and were it not for some persuasive points, a willingness to surrender from one of the hunted mages, and a lucky piece of enchantment magic, you somehow avoided being killed. So, you know, good job.
Cool, because that would have put the campaign on a downer.
They were not.
All right, see you next time, guys.
They were not wholly
you.
convinced of your innocence, specifically Tauri's and the rest of you by association, primarily because the other individual they were hunting was not present. However, you did, through decent persuasion rolls, convince them that there was a larger, more imminent threat, and the willingness to be branded, in the case of Tauri, meaning they could come find you following the solution or dealing with such threat, meant that they were willing to put their arrest of you on hold while they headed off north to Bandair. You shortly after followed, after you successfully found someone else to pull your cart after Dave the ox had been shot in the head. The road north...
Stop killing my animals!
The road north led you through the aftermath of some dead giant folk, a tavern owner who did not like bards at all, and the signs of the passage of the Stormcrest Legion ahead of you. And
Chris just remembered the bard. Chris just remembered the stuff at the tavern. He was like, no.
Yeah, I've always got a headache from my children.
Sorry, Daddy.
And last night...
A lesson behind the scenes throughout.
You ended the day's travel having made camp on the outskirts of a small woodland where you learned a little bit more about yourselves, tested out Ximori's recently altered magical influence. Unfortunately, it does turn out that they're still susceptible to the key phrase, but at least some elements were removed by Tauri. And you were approached by a beautiful stag made of moonlight and night. It spoke to you of your entanglement with the entity known as Amhrain, of the hurt they are feeling and the danger that they pose to the world. Some questions were answered, probably many more were left not. And shortly afterwards, it wandered off into the nearby trees, leaving the glimmering silver light fading from your vision, leaving you all with your thoughts around your small campfire. So, we rejoin the story here, with the 7 of you, including Deck, huddled around a small campfire. The winds of autumn cutting through and chilling the air. A small pot of stew has been made by Balrick, denied to the rest of you for your behaviour earlier in the day. So the rest of you are eating hard tack. There are some clouds banking across the sky, occasionally obscuring the nearly full moon. A few moths dancing on the light of your campfire. Bandair is still 2 days' ride away, and Amhrain's announcement is fast approaching. What are you all thinking about right now?
Leslie's eating delicious food because he had no part in this.
I'm going to say, I didn't know if Lesley was actually taking part. Lesley, for having no part in it, can have some food.
Too.
I mean,
And
what's
Lesley
Tauri
is
Just holding the sign. Just holding the sign.
Leslie's going to compliment the food so heavily. Like, oh, this is the best food I've ever eaten.
You know, Balrick will do a thing where when they're eating, his arm around his shoulder and go, you know what, Lesley? You're not as bad as I thought.
You thought I was bad.
Chris, remember your accent.
Got it.
Yeah, quick
You're not as bad
accents,
as I thought.
Ximori.
Aderyn's gonna say into Leslie's mind, you are an absolute traitor, and if you were ever my friend, you would give me your food right now as a form of protest, or you would just not eat that food as a form of protest.
Ximori is also saying in Leslie's mind, "You traitor! You eat food and you leave us to starve!"
Well, you're both in my mind.
Kick Ximori like the football.
So I don't think Ximori's ever been in Leslie's mind. And Lesley is gonna spit out his food a little bit, like.
God, there's a lot of velvet in this mind, isn't there?
Leslie doesn't like the food. I can eat it.
I
always like your food, Balrick.
Aderyn, go sit down.
With a plate of food?
No.
So what am I supposed to eat?
Tack.
Tack. This dry, hard, disgusting excuse for a meal.
Yeah.
You know what? No. I'm going to go make my own food, okay? Okay.
That's a rat if you want to.
I will. Come on, Ximori. I'm cooking.
I'm good at survival. I could go and find
Aderyn's gonna go collect some stones and some leaves.
She's gonna make a rocks.
She's going to dig a little hole, and she's gonna fill it with wood. Can I have a bowl for cooking?
Mm-hmm.
No? Well, fuck you. She's going to just fill the hole with water, and she's gonna
just the whole.
Can I give Aderyn like my pot and cooking equipment?
He's just doing this. You can't communicate with her when she's like this.
She's gonna take your off of a pot and go back, and she's going to now fill the pot with the water, and she's gonna stick it on top of the wood with a beautiful fire, and she's gonna put the rocks in the pot, and she's gonna add some leaves, and she's gonna add a little pinch of dirt, and she's gonna start stirring.
Okay.
Can I
please stop stirring?
Can I flip a coin for it to be poison ivy?
You can roll me a nature check, Chris. Sarah, can you roll me cooking utensils? I'm assuming you're not proficient.
Nope.
From this description.
Intelligence.
It's
just a straight intelligence check.
It's copper, which is even worse.
That's a nat 20! My stone soup is gonna be so good.
Your stone soup's not gonna be poisonous. I think that's the best you can hope for.
She's lucked into picking stones that have lichen on them, so functionally there is something vaguely in
Actually,
there.
there are nutrients.
Really high mineral content. Chris,
Yeah, very high in
Ximori? Would you like some soup?
Oh yeah, go then. Don't come huddled by the little pot.
Do you like yours spicy, or what levels are you comfortable with?
Yeah, I'll go with spicy. I've not tried spicy in a while.
When I cook, I make sure to take the people's taste into account.
And what spices are you putting on it?
Well,
Silt?
no, actually, it is
Tree bark?
special pebble dust.
Red rocks.
Red rocks.
For you, Ximori.
Make it red coloured.
Was that rocks? Did you just feed me rocks, Aderyn?
It's a special. Actually, it's very nutritious. It's a soup.
To be fair, the rocks taste good, so
It's a very
The more just crunching.
very old recipe. It's stone and leaf. It's the forest folk really like this.
It's a bit gritty.
We appreciate the effort you put in, Aderyn.
It's a bit gritty, I say, biting through chalk.
See, Balrick? Ximori appreciates my cooking.
Well, that's what
Aderyn won't eat any.
Tauri will have made her own dinner using hardtack, heat metal, and salted pork, and makes herself basically almost like a bacon butty.
Just wrapped it around a knife and then heat metal knife.
No. Finds
I
like
love
a
that we have literally hours ago.
Puts it on some rocks, and then he casts Heat's Metal on the mess.
I want to be very clear. 5 minutes ago, a archfey of Moonlight and Starlight was talking to you, and you've all just gone, food.
Oh shit, yeah.
I'd also like to point out that, like, 4 hours ago, we were almost arrested by the castigators for illegal use of magic.
Yeah, it's been a wild day.
In our defense, Gethin, you started the session with saying that I was cooking food that they weren't having. You put the onus on.
I was covering everything from a month ago that you might have all forgotten.
And we decided to zone in on the important thing. How is
Who's eating what?
Hey, it's your story.
Once we settle down with our delicious meals and waters, we can discuss
It's
things.
not until you try it, you know, it's pretty good.
Deck's just sitting at the campfire trying to catch moths, by the way.
Oh, what's Arquen eating?
Where are you
Arquen's
going,
having his like main character or interesting NPC moment. He's sitting on a tree stump and like he's surrounded by fireflies and stuff. He'll be there all evening.
Arquen only gets his nutrients through photosynthesis.
Does he want some stone soup?
I will have a bowl, thank you.
That makes more people eating the stone soup than are eating Balrick's real soup. We've won!
On purpose.
What a victory we've achieved.
Campaign over. Well done, everyone. Go on.
Leslie's going to offer Balrick, only Balrick, some wine, and then turn to the rest of the group. Like,
well, we've got wine as well, I say, looking around desperately for
Balrick's
liquid.
going to hold the wine and look at Lesley for a little while.
Leslie's going to take the wine back and drink it.
Because Balrick doesn't drink.
It's worth a try. One day I'm going to get you.
That's
Ximori's
really
looking around desperately for liquid.
One day I'm going to get you.
I've got oil to go in a lamp. There we go. And we put some berries and some rock dust in there to make it red.
What's the weather like, Gaff?
It's quite windy. There's a fair few kind of, say, late autumn or mid-autumn gusts kind of blowing.
Doing all of this while trying to keep a fire lit.
Every single one of these is just we're yelling at the top of our voice.
Would you like some wine, Aderyn?
Balrick has managed to has built an actual rocket stove and whatnot, whereas Aderyn's trying to light some sticks. It's like, never actually watched him do it.
My fire is beautiful. I press to digitation
I was going to say, Aderyn can do that.
Just every 6 seconds having to relight it.
In fact, my soup, it tastes perfect.
That is cheating, but to be fair.
I will also have spent, once I finished eating, the next 11 minutes ritually casting Tiny Hut.
Yes.
So, as you are all furiously debating,
I take a large drink of my wine.
Whose soup and or wine is better, and making side-eye and sarcastic comments, there is suddenly as the wind suddenly cuts out.
Oh,
you find
I don't
yourselves...
put it around everyone.
Okay, where does it go?
Around me. I'm on the edge.
Tiniest hut.
No, it's still the same size, but it just catches me. Here's a better one, Gethin. It literally appears directly behind me. So if we're sitting around the campfire...
Tiny hut, you do have to remain inside.
Two little fires.
You've confined yourself to a 10 by 10 square for the rest of the evening.
Can I have it so that I'm half in, half out? Like my head is out?
Yeah, you can stick your head out, that's fine.
I'm sitting there, and then you just suddenly see everything below, here, appear a stone-coloured dome.
Yeah, this grey dome just appears out of nowhere.
Is not a perfect dome of stone more suspicious than just having a clear field?
Well, it can't be clear, it has to be opaque.
Ah, I see.
I slowly lower my bottle of road wine as a dome appears.
It's just called Chateau. Like
This stuff appears to be pretty good. I'm seeing domes.
Is that you? Leslie's gonna look at Ximori and Aderyn.
I'm not doing domes unless it's this wine. Would you like to try
anyone
some?
notice the wind just stopped?
It's not stopped for us, I don't think.
Oh, okay.
I think it's just stopped around Tauri's midriff.
Oh, I see.
And obviously, if the wind's blowing from behind it, then obviously I'll be fine because
I didn't catch that it was only from the effects of the hut. I thought it was just like the wind just suddenly stopped and everyone was like, "Oh, anyway, well that's better. I can talk now." It's like,
anyone noticed that the loud ruffling of Tauri's dress has stopped?
I imagine Balrick would have set a windbreaker up before the fire, so Balrick's fine. Balrick and Lesley are fine anyway. We're in comfort. Fire, windbreaker.
It's luxurious for what we're used to.
I am the windbreaker for our fire.
So really, what is this situation over here?
It's so
It's not you,
wide.
it's not you. Is it you? I'm just going to point at Arquen. Tauri's the last person. Leslie's thinking.
I didn't catch the question. I'm
sitting there
sorry.
with a spell book open on her lap.
Making spell noises.
11 minutes.
That's how invested these lot have been in their petty squabble.
Yeah, I know.
11 minutes is more than enough time for Lesley to lose interest.
Yeah.
I also like the idea that Tauri is like spending all that time trying to light candles and put chalk in a circle in a howling gale. It's like,
Lots of people.
Yeah, obviously trying to read what it needs, and for the components,
This room
it's verbal,
is probably
semantic,
15
and a small crystal bead. That's it.
Ah,
That's nuts.
I do run, and I did cover this a while ago. With Tiny Hut, you can alter it.
So that it has the campfire.
Yes, where if you use a campfire as the material component, then you technically, Tauri, can leave it, provided a humanoid is in there tending the fire.
that's cool.
I'd forgotten about that.
I want to establish as well, Balrick was not taking part in a petty squabble. Balrick just set some ground rules and then didn't comment on anything afterwards.
What is Tauri
rules
doing?
was roundly ignored.
Sarah?
What is Tauri doing? Tauri?
I think is setting up an own
Yes.
living space.
What do you mean a
What is
living
your-
space?
It's a boulder.
Why is your lower half a dome?
Why not?
A fancy tent.
What? Can I go
Fair
up
enough.
and have a look?
How does Tiny Hot work with allowing people in? Can I choose to change
It's up
who's
to you,
allowed in
yeah.
partway through?
Yep.
Wait, can you
Start-
banish somebody when they're in there?
No.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just reading it now. Technically, you have to. Anyone who's in the dome can go in and out. Everyone else is blocked.
Yeah, but
For flavour, for the
yeah,
for
that's
smell.
fine.
I go back to drinking my road wine.
So if Aderyn is walking up to it, to start off with, she can't get in.
What?
And then suddenly all the resistance vanishes and she'll just fall over into it.
What does it look like inside?
Transparent. So you literally go inside and then you look out and it's like there's nothing there. But weirdly, there is light
I would say
from the little bead.
Aderyn of all people, it is completely see-through, but it's like there's ever so
shimmer.
slight a haze or shimmer as you're looking out of this dome.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
What
I look, Aderyn falls through a dome.
is this like? Some sort of shield?
Somewhere where I can spend the night.
Have you always been able to do this?
No. It's one of the spells.
Well, I
Well,
mean, it could
technically, the spells that Balrick paid for.
it could be more fashionable, but it's quite nice and not windy.
Nice impenetrable magic shield.
I don't think you
Does
should
it come in a
tell-
better color?
Does it come in purple?
I don't
Is this-
think you
is this
should
it?
tell the others. You know, like Balrick likes his situation out there. I don't think he don't need to tell him about this.
We hear this. Can we just hear Tauri half of the conversation?
Yeah.
Is Tiny Hut soundproof?
No, it's not.
I'd say so.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it doesn't block sound.
Yeah.
Right, the fire's gone out again.
However, you can't see Aderyn. You can just hear her.
But we see like a grey dome that she's
Yes.
probably in, right?
Here's a question, Gethin. The dome, all it says is that dome is opaque. Does that mean I could make it look like a giant boulder?
You can only make it one singular color. You can't make it appear as anything else. If you had something like an illusion spell over the top of it, that'd be different. But
That's
you can
fine. I thought I
only
would
designate
just
it as a singular color.
The issue is, because I do have
One
silent
singular
image,
hex value.
but that only lasts 10 minutes, so it wouldn't work.
So if something comes along, you could put up an illusion around it.
Yes.
But in the meantime, it's a singular hex value of color in an orb
Yep.
shape.
Yes.
Does MTP camouflage pattern count as one color?
No.
On skin.
If
Can
there's
we
not
throw,
a singular
can we
hex
throw a
code,
tarp over it
Black for
that we've
missing texture.
Can we throw a tarp over it that we've sewn bits of brush
Are you trying
into?
to make a ghillie suit for the dome?
Yes, a ghillie dome.
Really don't.
Like basically an artillery
Camouflage
spotter's
net,
den.
Somebody's trying to make a camouflage net.
if you want to invest time in it, sure.
That's what.
Maybe not now.
So from inside, if you had a mortar, could you fire out of the dome?
Yes, you can, because that's because Mighty Nine did it. Fight of the Ice Dragon.
Yeah,
They shot spells from inside out at it, and it couldn't attack them.
I just want to be
writing this down.
I want to be very clear. Spells and other magical effects cannot extend through the dome or be cast through it.
A mortar is not magical.
That is separate. I do agree.
Fine. What they must have been doing is jumping out, shooting, and then jumping back in.
Anyway,
Yeah. Sorry. Back
right
to
now,
the,
your camp is in 3. You have the survivor's bivouac that Balrick makes every time. That is Balrick and Lesley, the most unlikely pairing at any point in camping. You have
Do you sleep top to tail?
a grey hemisphere that currently has Tauri and Aderyn inside. And then you have another section, which is currently Ximori with a fire that just went out, and nearby Arquen sitting on a tree stump surrounded by fireflies.
I finished my first bottle of road wine.
Well,
I think
I said fireflies before I realised how windy it was, so I don't think they're there. I think they're somewhere down the road.
They were there briefly.
He's just sitting there, sharpening his sword, having a great time.
So is anyone?
Are we going to address the
the weird
the
white
elk in
snag
the
that we all
room?
met?
The elk in the room.
Once I got this fire going. Get out my tinderbox.
Does Ximori know survival?
Yeah, give me a survival check, Ximori.
Can I?
Actually, I am proficient. In survival.
One of
Can
the
I
few
help?
things barbarians are.
Are you helping?
Out of pity.
You see them trying to strike this tinderbox. It's just not working.
10.
You managed to get the fire lit, but you are still fighting the wind of keeping it lit.
I'm also like shouting direction from afar, and it's
Half the words are lost in the wind.
So point flint at face.
Yes.
Oh, base. You meant base. Okay.
So, what are we doing now?
You want to talk about that weird elk? That was weird.
How about we stop shouting and all come in the dome?
Oh, no. There is no dome. How did he see the
That's
dome?
very clearly a dome.
Serve. They didn't offer you soup, did they?
I think I didn't make soup. I made stew.
We didn't offer stew.
It's chunkier.
That's real fact.
You know what, Tauri? think we don't even know each other that well. We never spend time together. I think this should be like a girls' night.
Well,
Like this should be like the girls' bedroom, you know?
I've given up on this fire and I'm walking towards the dome.
This is not a girls' bedroom.
Just the girls and Derek.
We could just we can invite Derek.
Derek's gender's
just-
never been confirmed. No one's sexed the dragon yet.
Just the sign that's like
Just
no
Ximori, hold
boys.
him up.
Oh, Ximori. Well, Ximori can come in, I suppose. Yes.
Broken Getting.
Ximori coming in. As Ximori walks in.
Welcome,
Doing
Ximori.
genuine
Girls' night.
roleplay.
Just imagine holding the cat up in the vets, just like this. That's what he's doing.
Just a moment, I need to go and sex a dragon.
There's no such matter,
Sometimes episode titles just make themselves.
We're back, baby! We're back!
Oh,
Let's start swatting Ximori's hand. No.
I'm trying to cartwheel Derek to look at
I also like the idea that Ximori is like going, well, come here, to Derek, and he's like, meow.
Derek, it's an important question, Derek. Actually, why do I care?
No.
Gender's a social construct anyway. You be whatever you are. You be whatever you are, Derek. I'll go back
anyway,
in the dome.
sorry, where were we? Aderyn was making the case of a girls-only dome.
And I disagree.
Okay.
Return to the dome and repelled.
Disagree with your disagreement.
No, Ximori can walk
He
straight
sounded
through.
so
It's only
Scottish then.
Aderyn.
I disagree with your disagreement.
Ximori has now walked
Balrick's
into the dome.
influence.
Ximori, it is relatively peaceful in here, other than Aderyn's complaints, but the sound of the wind has died down immediately. And it's a pleasant temperature as well.
This is pleasant.
Oh,
Thank you, Tauri.
now, I will stress, we cannot use this to hide. Clearly.
I mean, no, it's just a big dome, but
It's a big dome. And also, if you look at it, trying to find magic, it is like a... Well, it's like
Lighthouse.
the sun. I was also going to go
It's-
with neon sign, but those things have been invented. Didn't work.
I know, weirdly that has. The electric light bulb hasn't been neon.
So, using this to hide is out of the question. However, when the weather is, frankly, shit, we can come in here.
This
We
is have a
being-
car.
We being us three.
Everyone. Including Dirk and... is it a horse we've got?
The horse can get in there.
Does
Yeah,
a
I
don't
horse
think
count as
the
a
horse will
large
fit.
creature?
Yes.
Yes.
But
Oh, then the horse can't come in.
It's going to be a bit of a squeeze with a horse as well.
Well, it's because, specifically, if a large creature comes in, the spell fails.
Harry, I don't understand. I was defending you back there in the tavern. I was on your side, and Balrick was not. And now Lesley is a traitor, and you're going to side with them.
Do you remember this morning?
What happened? That's a long time. That's a long time ago. All I remember is there being a heinous, offensive sign against your very existence, Tauri, and me standing up to you, me standing up for your rights. They
Which is
didn't.
why you're allowed in
I
the
like-
dome.
I
And
like
they
the idea
tried-
that. Sorry, go for it.
And they tried to stand up for me this morning, and that's just why they are allowed in the dome.
Did Day?
Yes.
I do want to be clear. Castigators was 2 nights ago. 2 days ago.
I also like the implication that Bard is part of your actual identity, and not basically a job.
To be fair, I don't even think Bard is Tauri's job.
I'm a chartered accountant, and it's part of my core.
Okay, but surely,
Since before I could
Range
breathe, I
Regulatory.
want to be one.
as the owner of this fine establishment, you want there to be peace in here. So if you want them to come in, surely you're going to make them apologize, right? Because then we can all get along again.
Are you going to apologize?
What do I have to apologize for? You want me to apologize for defending your rights?
Can I?
Oh,
We can hear this from outside the dome.
Yeah.
yes.
Can I
Relatively.
just
It's a
go
little
over to
muffled
Aderyn
call,
and
but
just
yeah.
put a hand on Aderyn's shoulder? It's like, Aderyn, these are not the high stakes that I think you think they are.
What are the high stakes? A weird animal talking to us in riddles like all the other people and things talking to us in riddles
And-
for the past months?
And
That's
the
high stakes?
Archfey burning down the world and everything else, and Tauri, being hunted by the government. And
I think high stakes is
this-
subjective. I think it's a subjective thing.
one tavern owner, correct. You are correct, but one tavern owner just deciding he doesn't like bards.
I
In the
will also
grand
point,
scheme of things.
But it's
and I
not
will
about
also
that.
point out that Arquen had got it so that I was allowed in.
I don't think it was
Arquen
Arquen
did
who
also
argued that point.
times.
Well,
I'm checking the notes.
I did also nail a gold piece at the table.
I tried to steal his
That
sign.
You
was
also tried
after
to
the
yank
entire
down the sign
thing.
outside.
Yeah.
No,
Well, look. Arquen is as changeable as the winds.
We all did things we regret.
I don't see what's wrong
I don't regret it.
on the one
The
thing
guy was
that I
a
can control.
grade 8 dick. But Aderyn, is this really the battle you want to fight? When we have a very literal, very dangerous battle straight ahead of us.
I don't see what's wrong with wanting to focus on the thing that I can actually control
I don't see what's wrong with wanting to fight more than one battle.
right now. This is something that we can actually control, and so I would like to focus on that.
Can you see why they were upset with this, though?
No,
I can.
I don't.
I can
We
see why they'd be
did-
upset at you because you nailed a coin to their table and tried to rip down
I
their
wasn't
side.
talking about him. I don't give a shit about his opinions. I'm talking about the party, about Balrick and Lesley.
But if they were so upset, they should have communicated like mature adults.
We didn't give them time. We had we walked in. 30 seconds later, we were barred.
They had time
Really, we were.
Unintended.
all while Balrick was cooking, and instead he leaves us to starve. And Lesley,
He didn't
He's a
leave us to
traitor.
starve, though. We had food. He just decided that, he was
That we
he was
wouldn't have
hurt
any.
he was hurt by our actions.
what actions? Defending.
Getting us hard from the only tavern within like 50 miles.
I opened a second bottle of road wine.
Leslie's finished off Balrick's.
Hang on, no, wait, you've already opened a second bottle.
I
Yeah,
opened a
like
third bottle.
Leslie poured 2 glasses of wine just to have them both himself.
I'm not saying we did wrong, but I am saying that they have every right to be slightly upset with us.
Fine. You know what? Fine. They can be upset, and we can just all be upset, and we will deal with the high stakes
Aderyn,
things.
These people
tomorrow.
were willing to literally fight to the death for you.
There is going to be an interjection from Leslie. It was not a Freudian slip. Leslie's
Calling
going
Dr. Freud!
Yes, there is.
I'm sorry, but it was a Freudian slip, no matter what you say.
No, it was Lesley was going to interject with two sexy people.
No, sexy was interjecting. Sorry, what was sexy saying? Go on, sexy.
What you like to do?
Lesley just wants
Sexy rolls for initiative.
clarification as to how hot Lesley and Balrick are.
Oh,
we
we
have-
want to know how hot you are, is it?
Can we have that as the title, actually? I think interjection from sexy works so well.
I've got a lot of.
Interjection from sexy is stunning. Oh, I love it. What do you mean, how hot we are?
Oh shit! Thank you, Aderyn.
Oh my god.
Roll the d10 to see what number you are.
What do you mean, how hot? I've got my arm round your shoulder. Hand on your shoulder. Because it didn't
Getting
think
heavy
about it.
hitting.
Lesley's gonna stand up and just walk into the dome. It's more
It was getting hot and heavy at the bivouac, then Balrick got rejected.
I swear. We can walk with Balrick.
No, we finished our stew. We're about to get up. I want to get up and go towards and say something anyway. So, well, Leslie can go first. While I tidy up.
I'm still not over this.
I
Go on,
want to do
Sexy.
this attack.
Ow, it hurts so much.
So we're now all in the dome. Are we?
I'm following along. Yeah, I'll be there in a sec. I'm tidying up some places. So.
Balrick gets to have a little cry after they did the old lead across and Lesley just left.
No. That was a joke. That was.
You come back. Where are you
I
at?
slapped Leslie on the shoulder to go.
Hang on. Hughes turned off his camera and so has completely fucked the capture.
Oh shit! I don't know why they hit me so hard.
Incredible. Okay. Right.
So we're all inside the dome.
Center yourselves. You're now all in the dome.
Balrick is not. Balrick is going to come in the door momentarily. He's just tidying up the cooking stuff.
Fair enough.
Like
Tauri,
a minute after Lesley.
This is a lovely dome. One of the better that I've been in. Where is it? Like I'm in it, but I'm not in it.
Well, sexy, put your hand outside.
It's got a 10-foot radius, so I'm going to go with that. Gives it what, 5
We are
foot?
cozy.
Oh my
It's 10
god.
foot high.
Yeah. So unless you jump, you're not getting out of the top. It's a 20-foot radius.
20-foot radius.
20 foot diameter.
10-foot radius, 20 foot
Radius.
diameter.
diameter.
What's
like-
up, okay?
That's like a room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's massive. Everyone forgets
Huge
it.
space.
10
There we go.
foot
There are 7 of you.
8 including Dirk, 9 if you include.
No, it's 7 includes Dirk.
I was busy trying to count because I was going, if the horse is allowed in, then we should still have enough space.
No, the horse can't come.
No horse allowed.
Anyway, it doesn't take you too long, Balrick, to sort everything out.
That's it. As I walk in, I'm gonna tap Aderyn on the back and go, I'm proud of you for standing up for what you believe in. Right? Maybe I was a little bit unkind. I saved you a bit of stew.
I don't know.
Alright.
Lesley will hand her like Balrick's glass, like she'll refill it and just like she'll leave it near Aderyn.
I don't drink anymore. Why are you being nice all of a sudden?
Oh, I just thought that you're clearly quite passionate about it. So
Never change.
I didn't realise it was causing such an issue.
Was it's not really an issue. I don't really care that much. I mean, you know, bards do have rights, so
I just we were going to stay at the tavern and we were going to have a nice cooked meal there. I wasn't going to have to cook for once, you know, and then you fucked it up, and I thought that there should be a consequence for that, you know.
sorry, Balrick. I didn't mean to fuck it up for you.
Alright, I'll pull Aderyn into a hug, big bear hug.
We've been on this bit for a whole hour.
It's okay.
Cook next time. You don't have to cook.
I'll teach you. I'll help you. I'm impressed with your rock and leaf stew.
I can do a lot of things, in the wild. I think people don't think I can because
I believe you.
I could make a dome too,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And it would be pretty.
Yeah, you can. Are you saying Tauri's isn't pretty?
Well, yeah.
It is a bit of a monochrome grey.
All right. Well, you can show us another.
Are you in the dome or not?
Okay.
Yeah, please be nice to Tauri while you're in the dome.
Yeah, no, it's a nice it's a nice dome.
Can I take the sign?
No.
Because the sign says that bards not allowed.
It
Yeah.
says no bards.
No bards allowed.
But why?
Can I
But
get the sign?
no, but why?
Can I take the
But
sign?
why do you
Can I
need
take
it?
the sign?
No, okay, I'll give
Aderyn.
I'll give it to you if you tell me
Aderyn.
why. But why?
3,
No, please, Balrick, I
2.
need it.
You can have it back
When?
now.
Now.
Give me 1 moment.
Okay.
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna cross out the no with my dagger. There you go.
Oh, you ruined it. I was going to use it against
Can we
Harry.
please talk about Amhrain? I'm gonna fucking lose it.
That just says bards now, Balrick. It's just an
Bards
announcement.
allowed.
It's just an announcement now. Just the announcement of the existence of bards.
There's allowed on it. It says no bards allowed.
Sexy broke.
Well, I'm sorry. You can press the digitation it back, can't you?
No, I like it. It's thoughtful. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Let's talk.
I'm done over it. I'm done over it.
This fucking session.
Now that we've all eaten, let's discuss the fucking.
Please.
What the fuck?
Oh wait, you all saw the elf too? I don't remember if that was
I had
before or
such,
after the
like,
wine.
important parts of my backstory revealed to me by that elk.
Arquen, you seem to
Doesn't
have
matter
things you want to say.
No, I don't know right now.
So, go sit on a stump.
Arquen needs to gather himself.
Wait, you sit there. Here, have some road wine.
Mm.
And push
Thank
a bottle into your hands.
Can I pray to some god
It's
of
just
the
water and
unknown
rocks.
to tell us what we need to know and need to ask and need to talk about?
Pray to a god you don't believe in.
I was saying of DM knowledge, me personally. Just,
God.
I don't know what you need to talk about.
Oh.
So, does anybody know what that was? We've seen it twice, no?
aye.
You've seen it before.
Maybe some sort of like fey god. That's the kind of thing they'd be.
An
I guess.
archfey. They are called.
And that's like a fae that's...
Yes, if this is an arch, they're at the top.
Oh, why does nobody else explain
How
it?
is that what that means?
Arquen has 9 intelligence, so yes. To him, it does.
Ximori
really
also
like-
has no intelligence, so yes.
I really liked that. That was really good.
This party puts the dummy in dummy tick.
I am.
I mean, yes, we are all dumb.
3
Many of
seconds
us are
break.
dumb and sick.
I've one more funny comment away from just dying. Everything hurts. So,
Archfey.
so you've seen this creature before.
Once before, yeah.
Hey.
May I ask the context? Involved?
It will take a minute.
Well, we were hunting down another fear, weren't we? Was it when we
Oh,
were
yeah,
going
the
after?
bastard.
Yeah, the bastard.
We
Little
just seen that
squishy
face in the woods.
Hey, near the hag.
You're the hag.
Yeah. The little. You remember him, don't you? The little.
The hag that
You-
Aderyn decided she wants to be the daughter of.
You mean a hag which is also a fae?
Right?
Oh, yeah.
It was a very fair heavy wood.
It's a big old Feywood.
There were many of them around.
Why, are you scared of Fae or something?
Should be.
Not scared of them.
You're not one of them, are you bastard?
No. I still eat, mostly. It's a bit green, but... Anyway.
It's more of that road wine, and you'll be... I mean, I'll be honest, it's mostly water and rocks, so... I didn't have any wine.
It's just the fruit that he finds rotting on the side of the road, stuffed into a bottle and shook up and left for several weeks.
Lesley was having wine and I felt left out, so I tried to make some.
Wow, this tastes vaguely alcoholic, mostly poisonous.
It's lamp oil.
It's lamp oil and rocks.
Lesley is going to make a mental note to later teach Ximori how to make moonshine, but this is not the moment. So,
can we have a very brief recap of what the elk revealed to us? Because it's been 4 weeks. An entire month.
Talk to Emma, because I don't remember either.
2 pages of transcribed notes, but I don't know what they say.
It started off that saying you are on the path to him, are you not? You are bound to him, whether by his will or yours. Arquen alone heard, you are bound to this quest by more than just him. Redemption, salvation, mercy, the form is your own. That's the start of it. I sense you are conflicted in your goals, doubt, lingering questions. No, he is not evil, but he gave his binding word. Though he has lost sight of that which he yearns for, I seek nothing more than the protection of all that was, is, and yet will be. If you have any lingering questions that may hinder the right process from taking place, then I would have you speak them. Ximori asks, can we stop him? And he was told he has his word and he must keep it. And then asks, can we hurt him? And was told it is always a simple approach that you wish to take. If that is what you desire, then yes, we are flesh and form, we hurt just like you. Arquen asked, is he in pain already? And was given, he is in turmoil, his pain has condensed in his unknown essence. And in that time he has clearly lost sight of what is needed. Aderyn then asks, what is needed? Balance. There was once a time when us and you coexisted. A realm where we walked in the bows from shore to shore.
Barrels, but whatever.
Well then, someone put the wrong word in. Anyway. From peaks...
One person put the wrong word in, and I was typing this in real time.
I know, I'm not blaming you. From peak's end to peak's end, and together we nurtured and grew. We discovered pieces of ourselves in you, and you discovered pieces of yourselves in us. Know this, the woad is not on, and regardless of his methods, he will see it returned. I feel his current path is an ill omen, and instead invokes ruin of nature and man. Lesley asks, can he achieve his means without such destruction? It is yet to be seen, as the future is not yet written. We are bound by our word, but words can mean many things. I ask, can you tell us how to stop what is happening? And we're told that is for us to determine. I will remain regardless of what happens. Know this, he cannot return to his home. By his word, he is bound to your world until his deeds are done. If you seek to prevent him in any way, your methods are for you to determine. This is your world now, and the power of us Fae lingers only in corners. And Arquen asks in Sylvan what the name of the stag is. I am commonly known to mortals that once roamed the forests as Celestra. That will suffice. Aderyn asks, so we have to stop them, but help them, and save innocence but bring balance. It's rather vague. Perhaps understanding his designs, his purpose would give you clarity. Aderyn asks, do they know anything about the dragon? And he says no. And then we're told he cannot rest until the deed is done. Discover that deed, understand him, and perhaps you might find a peaceful past for us two kinds once again. He is on a fell path now. He will take convincing, but he was once a valued member of the courts. His role valuable and honoured, but pain makes monsters of us all. And his word was bound to the queen of the court, the Kaldruin herself, before passing into her sleep. And Arquen asks, do you know who I am bound? And he is told he calls another forth, it seems. Perhaps his pain is misplaced, perhaps there is hope for the woad to return. And he is told he does not know who he was.
I think there's a small typo in there. I think it's she called forth, rather than he called forth another, in relation to Arquen.
Okay. But yeah, that's it.
So yeah, that's exactly how it went.
Apologies to any listeners who have just come from the last episode and not had a full week gap.
4 week gap?
6
Only
weeks,
4 weeks?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, about 4. Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, discuss.
Where's no one discussing us?
Yes, sir.
Took us 50 minutes.
Yes, Mr. Gerthen.
Wow, it only
You
took us
gave
that
us an
long?
opportunity to
Right.
roleplay, and you know we're chaotic.
I love it so much. No regrets.
Right, plot-specific things now.
So we need to find our sexy man. For more than
This
more
is
than
why
one
I
reason.
don't like treating with fear. They never just talk to you straight.
I mean, to be fair, they did tell us we can't just,
We're gonna try and find sexy Amhrain. But Arquen, it sounds like you might have some dealings with that, or some past that overlaps with them. Our initial plan, I think, was to stab.
No. Was it?
Well, I think we didn't have a plan, and now is the time to really think about how we're gonna broach this encounter. And we need to all come to an agreement, because I think that maybe we've been on slightly different pages when it comes to our various encounters around the realm.
I
We
will
can
also
just kill
point
him.
out that we may not have a choice of what happens.
Fully, but we can always we have to come up with a game plan. This is like how I see it is we're a team, right? We're a Titanfall team. We need to have a strategy. Strategy 1, strategy 2, like what we really want to see happen, and then like our reaction if it doesn't play out like this.
I think Amhrain is an understandable person. I'd like to not see descend to violence if possible. They offered us, they came to us in our dreams, didn't they? You all had dreams as well. Amhrain offered us to join, and I don't want to cause the deaths of innocents, but they spoke some true words.
I mean, he's not much of an innocent. He's burnt people to death.
But
I wasn't talking about.
really-
I mean, I don't want to hurt innocents. Is what I'm saying. So I don't fully agree. But Lesley,
well, it sounds like he's more angry at the establishment, which we can all agree with. So maybe there's a way we can redirect the righteous anger.
that's what I think. Yeah,
There is another factor you all have to consider.
Which is?
Unless you can offer them someone who was the person setting the fires, Aderyn and I will have to answer for them.
I don't want to turn someone else in just to save myself.
Even if they are the ones who was causing them in the first place?
I think I'd like to understand fully the reason why. Maybe they can be reasoned with. I understand their anger.
I think what Tauri's trying to say is they might be reasoned with, but the Empire will not.
Someone has to take the fall for these fires.
Which is another sign of why the Empire has its flaws, because not necessarily.
I mean, if someone's going to take the fall for it, it should be Amhrain, who's the one who did it. Because, like, you don't just like put somebody else in the way of that.
Yeah.
You wouldn't just like imprison like a somewhat innocent person because it's convenient for you.
But unless we can prove that.
Yeah. I think we were about to say the same thing. You can say it.
Unless we can prove that Amhrain is the one, physically prove that Amhrain is the one setting these fires, probably by having the castigator see with their very eyes, then I don't think you can capture an archfey.
Amhrain's currently the issue is that Amhrain can't return to the Feywild. As Celesta said, Amhrain is trapped here by his word. If we can have Amhrain fulfill his word, then he can return to the Feywild. And at that point, if we can prove that it's Amhrain, we're off the hook. But they can't the Empire can't follow Amhrain to the Feywild. So that's what I'm saying. Not necessarily that someone has to take the fall.
However, he is bound to this realm
by his word. So if we can get him to fulfill, you know how Fey are. If we can get, we need to find out what Amhrain's word is, what the contract. However, if we can fulfill the letter of the word, then go on.
However, how are you going to do this without the castigators knowing? Because they are now ahead of us.
Roll me a survival check, Balrick.
30-20.
Something that dawned on you earlier today as you were kind of looking at the map for the road you were travelling on is the road to get to Bandair is not straight. Basically what you have to do is you have to head all the way north to the bridge crossing known as the Guanville Bridge and then double back on yourself almost to get down to Bandair. However, you actually, if I remember correctly, got two maps in Sheer Dothras, one of them being much older than the other. Mm-hmm. That much older one showed not necessarily a cart-worthy path, but an old footpath that would cut off that significant corner. You would probably reach that section tomorrow, end of tomorrow, where you could then make a call as to whether you took the cart road north and then back down, which, based on your estimations, even at a fast pace, would get you to Bandair in the evening of the day after. Or you could take this forgotten footpath, however it is, and probably shave off half a day's travel.
I will explain all that now. I'll talk about how I don't really want to leave the cart behind me. But we've invested a lot into it, but we can get there ahead of them potentially. I want to figure out what Amhrain has actually committed themselves to before we really dedicate the plan.
I don't think we're going to have much time for that.
It's a shame we can't send them a message.
as much as I am aware that you're fond of this cart, does it hold greater value than the lives of potentially thousands?
I don't know.
We have this really nice big canopy.
I've put a lot of work into it. What we can
nice.
do is
We can hide.
we can hide it off the road. Yeah, we'll hide it off the road and then potentially come back to it. I don't know what to do about the horse. The horse can maybe come with us.
We'll do an old build. The horse can carry.
Andrew, I saw your hand then. I saw your hand then.
That only just made sense to me.
Andrew!
You swine.
I mean, like the rabbits, George.
Andrew just went like that to the camera.
Tell me about the rabbit's horse, George.
Is that the sequel to Boy George?
I mean, it will definitely help with the supplies.
We've got food. I just
Think of all the delicious horse meat. Think of all the lasagnas we can make with that much horse meat.
Beat me to it.
I think we've got a plan. We'll see how this road is, this path. We'll get there sometime tomorrow, and we'll make a decision whether we want to skip, whether we want to have some trekking on foot at that point. You don't seem convinced about trekking on foot, Lesley? Gotten used to the good life?
Yeah, we've got this cart now. I quite like the luxury the cart provides.
I mean,
I like
it's probably a bad choice, but like we could split up.
No.
No.
Fair.
Not on these roads, no.
We're a team. Didn't you hear my whole Titan Ball speech?
Also, do you not remember, like, when we travelled along the roads before and we got attacked by them giant ant eggs? Like, anything could happen on the roads. I don't want us to split up and have one group get attacked and the other group not know. You stick
Like I
together.
said, probably a bad decision.
Alright, shall we get some rest?
Well, wait, sorry. Like, this is the first half. This is the getting there part. And I feel like maybe when we're on the road, we won't have a chance to just talk about how we're going to go about discussing with Amhrain. But I think maybe we need to work out. We want to find out what his word is. How we going to go about that? How are we going to go about convincing him to tell us? And if it is like watertight, what do we do then?
We kill him because we don't have a choice.
Oh, that's sorted. Thank you.
Lives over morals, I guess. I think that we discuss it with Amhrain with the idea of maybe making Amhrain believe we might be willing to switch over to their side.
If they change their target.
Or something along those lines. Just in general to get Amhrain's input. Amhrain wants us on side. They've talked about us as not kindred, kindled spirits. Whether we could use that as fuel. Yeah.
I think that's I think it's a good idea. Oh, we have a plan. Thanks, gang. Everybody happy with this?
That feels new. It's weird.
Arquen is very obviously fiddling with his music box, just again staring like down.
Roll me a religion check, please, Tauri.
Religion. It's not the best. 14.
Yeah, never mind. Doesn't occur to you.
I don't have anything that adds to it.
Alright, I think good old plan, talk to him first and then kill him. Sounds good. Or, I suppose, talk to him first and then maybe kill him if we don't like what he says.
And we all agree. Yep. Arquen?
Okay, ready.
Friend?
I shoulder check Arquen. Arquen, ready.
Picks himself up from where he landed. No, comes back.
Anything you want to share with the circle?
Time to speak your mind.
It's okay if you don't.
Have you ever felt like there's a purpose to your existence?
No.
Not anymore.
Can you imagine what it feels like?
It's pretty depressing.
I was like, oh shit, I'm in the wrong crowd.
Well, sounds nice.
Since I awoke, it has felt as if there is very much a definitive purpose that I must fulfill. Help him. I don't know what that means.
Help can mean multiple ways.
I know who it pertains to.
Do you get a vibe for which way? Help him end
Do I?
his suffering? Help him with his problem?
I have very little context for any of this. The elk provided some. The elk said that the Fey Queen has entered a slumber. Correct?
Before passing into her sleep.
Hmm. I feel as if it's mated. But again, I don't know what I'm here for. Although it's like I've been given one half of the instructions. Don't know where I'm supposed to go, or what I'm supposed to do. Except the very basics of it. But it also feels as if there is no other purpose to my existence.
I think you might need therapy, Arquen.
I think most of us don't have anything we're made to do. If we find something we find worthwhile, that's a cherry on top. Most of us bumble around not knowing. It's nice that you have a mission. I hope it's something that we can all get behind. We can work out the minutiae of it as and when we encounter the issues. But until then, cheers.
It was nice running into to feel, a part of something that isn't just a singular purpose that's been seemingly planted in my mind.
Glad we could introduce you to the joys of a purposeless existence. I could have a bottle of road wine.
Do you jangle as you walk along?
No, it's the same bottle. I'm just adding rocks to them boil.
Well, I'm certainly more flammable than I was this when I started this evening. Don't light a match in this tent.
Got a taste for it now.
All I've got is lamp rockini, and it's not quite working in my mind.
That is diabolical. You take that back right now.
Whatever it is, it's on the rocks.
Hey.
I thought we all agreed we'd never talk about Lambrini.
An oiled fashion. An oiled fashion.
Oh, that's good.
Oil-fashioned on the rocks. Anything else people want to do this evening?
No, I can't come up with anything.
Okay.
Is Tauri shitting us out now?
Carrie walks out, the thing collapses.
Well, this was nice. I'd revoke access.
Do you have any memory of what they did to implement these triggers?
What?
The triggers to let you off the leash.
Hang on. I think I go to my mind palace. Get them.
Roll me a history check. You can make it charisma. You can make it a charisma history if you want, because it's about yourself.
Apparently, my mind palace is a lean-to behind the back of a Greg's, because that is a 7.
You try to cast your mind back, and that age-old psychological thing of your brain locking away trauma memories so you don't pick at them. You basically just, there's nothing there.
I got nothing.
Would you like to try being hypnotized to see if we can try and find out how to stop it?
Oh, then you gave it a purpose. Ah, fuck. What would it involve?
Tauri, a licensed hypnotherapist?
No.
An unlicensed.
This could only go well.
Well, I'm not entirely sure. I can make a pattern that can hypnotize and put people into a state, and then we can try and ask you questions and see what happens.
The fuck's an atom?
A pattern.
Oh.
But he's trying to use hypnotic pattern for therapy.
Yes, I am.
I can only see this ending well with us all in an enclosed space. I sort of look around the dome at people I care about.
And Arquen.
And also Arquen is here. Do you think it would help to sort of know what happened?
We might be able to work out a way to remove it.
Fuck, that sounds helpful. Okay.
Or would you rather we wait until after this whole debacle?
Honestly, I'd rather we don't do it at all, but
The choice is
it
yours.
sounds
If you don't
useful
want
to do it.
We're not going to force you.
Yeah, but it sounds important. Okay, you could try it.
Okay. Everyone...
I do reserve the right to hit you if I don't like it. But not as hard as I can.
Good. Right, everyone, don't look. And I will cast it. Here's a question before I do this.
Don't look at what?
And my reactions are good.
Well, I've got to ask a question. Hypnotic pattern is a 30-foot cube.
Yep.
Would casting that inside break Tiny Hut?
No, it just wouldn't go beyond the edges of the tiny hut.
Cool, that's
Create
why
a rave house.
By chucking a flashbang into an enclosed room.
Okay, then I will cast Hypnotic Pattern as small as possible, just in front of Ximori's head.
Cool. No, you've only just learned this spell.
It's a 30-foot cube.
Everyone who I'm going to let people choose this, who chooses their character to not have the reaction time necessary to not look at this, I need you to roll a wisdom save.
Shit.
I mean, I did tell everyone to not look at it first.
Yeah, it's still
before I
funny.
cast it.
You've seen our intelligences.
We've drunk so much lamp oil this evening.
Aderyn, roll a wisdom save. Surely you are curious enough to want to know what's going on.
I gave myself disadvantage for the amount of lamp oil I've consumed.
Which means you get a flat roll.
You also get a
I don't have
+4 to
advantage.
it.
Because
No, you
it's about
don't.
being charmed.
I'm not that high level yet.
But Ximori is.
Yeah.
You're going to roll with
Yeah. It doesn't help.
What we got? What's the DC, Brent? 15?
Yeah, 15.
My mind is like an iron fortress that is rusted because I got a 2.
Aderyn?
Aderyn wasn't doing it. I made a joke.
Okay, fine. Well, the three of you who were curious enough to stare at the thing suddenly find yourselves just lost in the dancing colours of Tauri's hypnotic pattern spell.
It's actually like every dragon that we know of, just like flying together in like weird patterns around each other and in twisting patterns. That's the hypnotic pattern.
I love it.
Oh, this reminds me of my days at Woodstock.
Oh. Anyone else want to try and help with this?
Oh no, I've gone cross-eyed. I don't think anyone else is conscious.
Orlok and Aderyn are.
Arquen's just got a bit of
Anyone else wants to help me at this? You look around and most of them
a green glow to his eyes.
Okay, right, fine. Ximori, can you remember back when they were training you?
Do I roll that check with advantage now?
I really just screwed Gethin's plan up here.
You haven't screwed anything. I'm genuinely trying to figure out how this would work, because hypnotic pattern does a very specific thing, and it's not this.
They become charmed, they're incapacitated, and have a speed of 0. That's what it does.
Not traumatic memories.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't provide therapy.
However, being charmed, Ximori really wants to do what Tauri says.
That makes them even more frustrated that they can't. Oh, poor Ximori.
Yeah, but they're also stunned, so like, you know.
Ximori. Yeah, we'll go with this. Roll me a charisma save.
Might refund these dice. That was a 5.
Whatever is going on, the process that Tauri is trying to initiate is distant to you. Your mind is kind of lost in these swirling patterns, and as try as you might, even in this kind of drunken, magically induced haze, to look back, you are looking back on something that isn't there. It's not like just refusing to give up a secret. It's your own mind is almost like, just, what are you looking for here, kind of thing. And yeah, you're then just like back to staring at dragons weaving through the sky.
Opens up the wallet of your mind and a little moth flies out.
Apparently. Ximori, can you... Oh, what was the fucker's name? What was the name of the dragonborn?
Norak.
Norak. Can you remember the first time you met Norak?
I'd say that's a reasonable memory that's been unlocked at this point. You would have met Norak first time in Andamon. You wouldn't have interacted with him directly, but you would have seen him during the kind of discussions about the process you were going to be heading towards.
Yeah. He was in the city talking about the stuff.
Okay. I'm just going to tell Ximori softly, but with expectation. Okay, last question, and do your best here. Think back. Think hard. Let the answer just float to the top of your mind. Remember the last day of the training that you were put through. And I would have, part of that would have been given him bardic inspiration to try and help him remember.
Okay. Roll me a wisdom save.
What's bardic inspiration?
D8.
D6.
A D8. I'm a D8 now.
D8.
Oh.
That has doubled my score. 14.
14. You are compelled to search through memories. And once again, you are running into a void. It is an absence of memory. There is nothing there to be pulling upon.
I don't remember.
It's about that point that a minute is up and the hypnotic pattern fades. And Lesley and Arquen, you come out of it too.
Ugh. Didn't like that.
That was amazing for me. Thank you, Tauri. We should do this again.
No.
Not for you, Ximori.
It was worth a shot.
Do you guys also have like massive holes in your memory where you can't remember anything?
Yes.
No.
But I was hit on the head a lot in my time as a Titan Ball player.
So was I.
Yes, some of us have holes, not caused by alcoholism and blunt force trauma.
I don't think Arquen has holes.
One
Very large.
Very large hole from the beginning of his life up until 3 weeks ago.
Anyway,
It's just an Arquen full of holes.
Check your messages, get.
with that minor psychedelic trip completed, you all settle down for the evening. You may set watches or whatever, but it's not long until you are all fast asleep in the relative warmth, ambient warmth of a new spell that you're getting used to.
Arquen would have a little moment where he wanders out into the forest because we are near a forest, aren't we?
Yeah, very small, like wood, more than anything.
Coppice.
Yeah.
A copse. Just wants to be a tree.
Okay. But as the evening progresses and you all kind of settle down, that's where we'll take a break. And we will go grab some food and be back here in a minute. And welcome back. So we'll pick up the next morning after you've all reawoken from your pleasant evening's sleep in a temperature-controlled, air-conditioned, dehumidified rock. What are your plans for the day? Is there anything anyone wants to do in the morning?
I think we've agreed it's a grey dome and not a rock.
It's about
Journey hard, fast and hard towards this path.
Run!
There's no time.
Ximori.
There's no time for
Show us the
shenanigans.
meaning of haste.
I start pulling the cart because the horse is taking too long.
Wait, Ximori, we can't keep up.
Can we name the horse?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ayo.
Arquen. Eeyore.
Ew, okay. This is a terrible thing to do.
Eeyore. Eeyore. Yeah.
Eeyore.
Very sad horse.
Ayo.
Very sad.
Okay.
And it's
More of a
like,
donkey as well.
like, is there anything we can do for you, Ayo? And say in horse to the horse, and it's like, no, it's just life.
I just walk the roads.
Fuck, we got a real downer.
Sunrise, sunset.
Well,
And
Right.
all night frog.
Can we get away from just depressing horse?
We have some like cool tunes from Tauri and Naya with their drum.
Naya.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, who are you?
And the
I will
spirit
always
of
respond
American
to Naya.
style.
Why has your AC suddenly quadrupled?
Good, not much good that it does me.
I rolled to hit Naya. Oh, it's another nat 20.
Only the nat 20 hit. That was the issue.
What's
Sorry,
the
I
issue,
really struggling with
basically?
the names earlier.
It was crit or nothing.
And the issue was he tried to hit Thrungi and it did
I'll put a link to
basically
the
nothing.
Goats of Wrath playlist up here somewhere.
The only time I can be hit is when it's for lethal amounts of damage.
In my defense, you did kill yourself one of those times. Anyway,
Metal, baby.
this is a story that Tauri's telling you on the road about a group of adventurers from another.
An absolute psychopath.
Yeah.
But for real, can we have some music? I feel like this Aderyn, Tauri, like girl boss vibes in the dome meant that maybe we can have some cool like vibing on the road with the music.
I hear the world's girl boss and put away my flute.
Hey, girl boss. Yep.
Tauri's ignoring you, apparently, Lesley.
A them boss.
Yeah.
Now for the musical stylings of Aderyn and Ximori. The sound of single drum and flute.
Head.
We're allowed. I have a sign that says "Bards allowed."
That's allowed.
Is
I have a
that
permit.
is that this universe's version of Girls Aloud? I'm just
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well,
That's
now
exactly what it is.
Apparently that's what
It's
the party's name is. Apparently, Bards Allowed. We're going
Bards
to be
Allowed.
traveling.
Yeah.
And it's also canonical that Bards allowed
Like girls allowed.
the descendant of Bon Jovi.
Anyway, here's Sounds of the Underdark.
Yeah. L-O-U-D.
Ugh.
Jump for your life.
Everyone's trying to remember Girls Aloud songs.
the only one that came to our mind was Love Machine, and there's just nothing to do with that.
I'm right. Leslie's here.
Leslie's a sexy beast.
Anyway, we're
I don't
running.
remember any more Girls Aloud songs.
We're going really fast, and the tempo of these Bards Aloud songs is going to really help us. And Leslie's amazing at driving cars, so Leslie's obviously.
However,
my God, Leslie's at the wheel.
When we get to the next city, we're going to go and find another group called the Buggerbears. So we can do a mashup of a song that shouldn't be mashed up.
Buggerbears for Sugar Babes does not work, I'm going to tell you
The
now.
Buggerbears is a risque name.
They're bears that are just really into buggery.
We can get another sign that says
They're
buggery.
not a musical act at all.
Anyway, you all load up and get on the road.
Oh, yes.
Jesus Christ.
Lesley is going to really like make her go for the driver's seat. Like the camaraderie with Balrick from the previous night. He's going to look across and be like, it went well last time.
Me and Lesley are friends, yeah, absolutely.
Well, we were
Friends
obviously...
I'm not liking this new
No.
alliance.
Huh?
I'm
Oh,
feeling threatened.
Traitor.
I
We
don't
had
know how
something
this like,
going.
mind thing works, but Lesley is going to really try and like send a mind thing to Aderyn.
That's not how it works.
That's not how it works. You know why? Because you're a traitor.
You know what, Lesley? I haven't actually asked about Titan Ball much. Go on. Explain the rules. And good night.
I look at Aderyn and Aderyn hears
Well,
in
that's it,
her head.
So
You
Lesley
believe
knows
this shit?
Lesley is very
I
eloquent.
cannot
and knows-
believe this shit.
Emma does not. Emma's
Well, we
still
assume for
unfair.
the
She can kill
hour.
people in it. It's all about how you start your men and women and others. It's all about the starting positions. And then it's about how you play.
There's a ball, I've heard.
I'm seeing the
I'm not
light
even
dying
sure
again in
there's a wall,
eyes,
to
and it's
be honest.
amazing.
No, I'm
Is
loving
there a
this.
wall?
She's not wrong.
There might be a ball.
What did Titan Ball get then?
Is the ball more of a concept?
It's like a ball of the mind, but it might
The ball is
also
the
be a
friends we
physical
made
ball.
along the way.
It's
It's not
much
really
physical
about the ball. It's about being a titan.
About friendship.
The ball is the friends we
Definitely
made
not
along the
about
way,
friendship.
and also a ball.
It's about winning the respect of people who doubted you when you were younger.
It's about winning.
It's about bloodshed. It's about as much bloodshed as is legally possible.
And it's about money. I will say that. It's heavily about money.
We are riding along at breakneck pace at this point.
You
Oh,
are
yeah.
traveling.
Leslie is
We
not
are,
in control
we are
of
all
this
like,
ball.
like the cart is going.
Suspension needs work.
Leslie is not in control of this cart at all. They got distracted by all the Titan Ball talk.
With these
They're
heavily
just
invested in,
whipping the
especially, like,
reins more.
the opening moves of Titan Ball. You've got your blood gusher. You've got the fat fist. Gethin, don't write any of this down. You've got the-
violent
Got the
names.
Titan's ball sack.
That is an
Bro,
excellent one.
that
Well
is
done,
awesome.
Arquen. I didn't realise you were familiar.
Oh,
I
I
assume it's nicknamed
Remember
the
some.
Scroat.
It is the screw.
yeah, yeah.
I want to be clear. Titan Ball has not made it to the Empire.
Not at all.
How do you know this, Arquen? This is clearly the biggest mystery about your
What
character.
does the scrote look like in the hand signal? Is it like
Well, it depends on what your... It's individual, innit?
The fire from within.
The fiery scrotum.
Of course,
I wanted to say-
there's a counter move called the Scrote Buster.
It's when you kick every player between the legs.
You've also got the scrope croaked.
That's the pendulum.
Ah, there they are.
The Newton's cradle.
Oh god.
I'm glad we don't
Anyway.
make money out of this because we've already been demonetized several times over.
We're not
There's
going
also
anywhere.
got one called Twisties where it's just
That's what you put
What's
spin on the
illegal
ball. What you put spin on the ball. It's called the
42!
torsion.
Hut! Hut!
Called the torsion.
Oh,
I put maximum torsion on the field, boys!
You good?
Anyway, there's an hour of ball sack jokes.
Yeah.
As Lesley very, very seriously tries to explain the Titan Ball rules, and clearly no one in the cart can take it seriously.
Yeah, Lesley is going to say this very straight-faced, and I'm trying to think of some of the names of the teams, because there are actual teams, and we have fleshed these out in the world, but There's
Got a lot of strong people going really hard.
What was the name of your team?
Well, so there were the Titan Ball Titans. The was that right?
No,
the
Titan Ball Titans. Were you the first team?
No. Lesley. So Lesley. Oh, some backstory.
We are the footballers. That's our team. We're called the footballers.
On the team called the Flail Snails.
Football kickers.
The what? Sorry, I can't hear whatever's saying. So we've got
Sorry, the Flail Snails or the Snail Fails.
Snails.
Snails.
The Flail Snails, the Tiberian Titans.
Yep.
And we've got.
Thank you.
Okay.
So these two teams, which is almost a third of what you need to play Titan Ball.
Well, you just need 2 teams, to be honest, to play.
Just shared a link with you, Em.
Thank you. Thank you, God.
Titan Ball lore.
We went through this. It's just been like 8 months since I've read any of these.
8 months? It's about 2 years ago since I wrote this.
Since I read it? Thank you. Wait, okay, if I open it, I can actually read some of it to you. Yep, it's in the... Oh, right, okay, the league. It's called the Laringian Leviathan League, which is the premier competition in Kaldruin.
The only competition in Kaldruin.
It is the only... It is the, like, it's the
World Series.
You know, there's, like, kids
I assume there are local teams, yeah? You have, like, your corner teams.
I want to be very clear, the winners of the Triple L do call themselves the World Champions.
Yep.
Only places to play.
Just the Lungian cities.
World champions if nobody else in the world plays it.
It's not actually. It did originate in a different continent, but still.
It's been banned on schools now.
Not in smaller leagues.
There are other continents getting. We want to go there immediately.
Fuck this one, let's go.
Fuck what we're doing.
Never a
We're done with
campaign.
the spotlight getting.
Oh, fuck yeah. Okay,
So
yeah, I mean, there's a load of teams. They've mainly got animal-based names, including the Mad Ferrets, the Greyhawks, Shining Spears, Moonlit Queens, blah 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 blah, nobody cares about these, Tiberian Titans, and the Flail Snails, run by Lesley.
Oh, everybody runs the Flail
Once
Snails.
upon a time.
Lesley is a man beyond his prime.
I want to be very clear.
Man.
My favorite name are the Toxic Badgers.
I didn't catch that one.
The Toxic Badgers.
The Toxic Badgers. They're my favorite.
Absolute fucking scumbags on the field.
The notes on them are an absolutely insane team that no one knows why they do well.
Sounds like my kind of team.
I love it.
So Lesley talks you through all of these, and like it's very clear that Balrick has stopped listening very early on, but Lesley just keeps on going.
Like I say, Balrick, I think from the sounds of it, Balrick and Arquen start making ball sack jokes like halfway through, but Lesley is completely oblivious.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I've given up trying to play the flute in a rapidly speeding cart.
Leslie, look at the road!
Is Lesley driving?
Lesley, yeah, Lesley's next to Balrick, and you asked Lesley and Lesley.
So Balrick is asking to keep so that Lesley stays focused, so Lesley doesn't get distracted. Lesley's like, you know, when you have to think about something you know about to stay on task. Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, I see.
Balrick was in the driver's seat, and then was like, "So, what's this Titan Ball?" And then like 2 hours later, woke up, eyes like focused back together, wasn't driving. Like, oh,
It was like 2 hours of ballsack jokes, and he was like, "Wait, what?"
Still going.
Balrick disassociated the spirit of his like early 20s self came forward to like go sports and dick jokes.
Lesley, can you roll me a perception check?
Balrick was toxic.
Yes, I would like to ask before I roll a perception check if we are riding to like, is it like a real fork in the path, and we're really just going to abandon the carriage, like the carriage, the car at like the corner? Are we going to really like just leave it? Is it like a fork, or can we take the car?
We're going to hide it.
I think it's not a fork. I think it's like a hidden path.
Yeah.
I'll know it when I see it.
A hidden footpath.
And I'm going to perceive with my -1.
Can I help?
Whoa.
I don't know. Can you help?
As I am sat alongside.
Sure.
Yeah.
Are you not completely distracted by the amazing history of Titan Ball?
But my passive perception is pretty decent. So.
So is mine. I see whatever it is, but I see it out the back of the cart, like well after it's already passed. It's like,
Oh, sorry, you want to help? Cool. Let's do that again then. Perception. Oh, you did help. Thank you very much. 18.
18. You're talking through all of this and going through various rises and troughs. Weird. Of the road, and it is like as you kind of finalize a final point, it's just like you actually bring your attention back to the road rather than just like you've essentially been doing that thing where you suddenly realize, whoa, I've been driving on the motorway for about half an hour and haven't paid attention to a single thing I've done. And you come back to consciousness and you just realize that this road is really overgrown. Like, either side there are huge tracts of grass that have far exceeded what they would be for this is the main road, right? This is a highway, and yet either side the visibility is cut off by 5 foot, 6 foot tall grass that is just growing rapidly. And in the road itself, among the kind of beaten down earth and cobblestones laid across it, there is a foot or so of grass coming through.
Is anyone going to tell Lesley to stop?
I'm in the back of the car. I'm not seeing this.
Sure, I'm in the back of the cart.
If I see it, I'll tell him.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it looking like the place that I want to stop?
Roll me survival. Like you're basically navigating at this point.
17.
17. You're not there yet. By your estimation, even by traveling at fast pace, you'll probably reach that point around dusk. And it's still like mid-afternoon at this point.
I'm not even going to mention it then. I barely notice it. It doesn't clock to me.
Leslie's like, I've not driven up here. Clearly they like narrow roads, you know? He's not driven a car up here much, except for that one time, and it was a glorious success. So let's not think about that anymore. Let's keep him going.
Okay. Arquen is extremely suspicious. And it's like,
as long as Lesley was in control of that car.
I think when Lesley turns up the narrow road, that's when Balrick goes, hang on, what are you doing? What?
Wait, is the road not where we're meant to go? You're directing me.
No, at this point, you are still on the highway.
Yeah, we're on the highway.
Okay.
It's
no,
just
we
like
haven't turned off.
the highway is massively overgrown.
Oh, the highway is just overgrown.
Yeah.
Oh.
Things be growing quickly. We know this.
I thought this was a major road, though.
Can Arquen pull out a small clay oil lamp and light it?
Sure.
Light the road.
It's a tiny little flame, just sort of held in his hand as we're going along. My special lamp, you know the one.
Yes, I know which one you're referring to. I just need to check something about it.
Yeah.
Here's the secret. Get him.
While you do that, after you've done that,
it explodes.
Does it look like there is anyone else? Does it look like there is has been anyone in front of us?
Roll me an investigation check.
Anything's gone through?
Actually, it's an important question before you tell me the result. Are you stopping the cart or trying to do this while the cart is moving?
I will. If the cart stops, then I will.
Ain't no stopping this train, baby. Lesley is talking time ball maneuvers, and we're making dick jokes in the front. So.
Then, if it isn't stopped, then I will be doing it while we are.
Cool. Then this is done at disadvantage.
Sorry.
I rolled at the same, so it doesn't really matter.
Ooh.
We like that.
No, I'm not in there. Investigation, yeah?
Yeah.
16.
16. It's very clear there's been passage through here. There's two signs in particular that you pay attention to. One, there are bundles of grass that's been cut down by the side of the road. That has then been grown over by the grass.
Okay.
Your best estimation, that was probably cut down maybe a day or so ago. And there are large swathes of that. Like, that's what the bank is essentially at this point.
So it looks like it's been cut and then the grass has grown horrendously quickly.
Based on that roll, it's like the grass was already overgrown on this road. It was cut back by a large group of people.
Yeah.
And then it has, as you say, regrown back in place.
I will point it out to Balrick, just saying, people have been through ahead of us, by the looks of it. Might have been the
castigators, likely.
More than likely.
Is it in...
Sorry, carry on. Sorry, just briefly. Based on the scale that it was cut back, 4 people couldn't have cut back that much grass.
No.
Oh.
They're sort of gathered in piles, or like,
trees.
This is a group trying to keep this under control and not managing it.
Yeah.
Is it more like a sort of walking army slicing it to pieces?
Just a bunch of peasants besides.
We have witnessed that, a walking army, didn't we? We had a... What was it? Was that from...
There's a Stormcrest Legion ahead of you on this road.
From Sherdofros, what?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does
the
it
Legion's
look...
in this one.
I don't know how quickly this stuff is growing back, but it should not have grown back this quickly.
Yeah, right. That's very strange. I don't know if we want to stop. We need to get it to where I want to get to by dusk, I reckon.
Sure, but
long,
something to consider is if the main path is like this, what is your cut through going to be like?
Arquen.
Unless... No.
At this point, you bring your attention back round to the lantern you've just lit, which is giving off a bright green flame right now.
Shit. We're not alone. Can I put the lantern down? Climb sort of out on onto the backboard of the car, so the sort of my head is out like above the car, and do a really big sniff.
Yeah, sure.
Fine sniff.
Divine sniff.
I'll roll perception if you want.
Shouldn't need to with divine sense. I just want to check something about it.
That was one crisp sniff.
You take in a big kind of sniff of fresh air. Don't sense anything immediately. So based on your 2 pieces of information, they're nearby, but they're not immediately next to you.
Yeah. They're a fae.
Well, that explains the grass.
How do you know?
I can feel them.
It is quite strange.
I'll get up from where I've been lounging. What?
They're here. Within 300 feet. Or thereabouts.
Balrick, at this point you notice just the long grass just begin to move, almost like it's been taken by the wind, but it's a very small tract that moves along the grass, some 100 or 200 feet away to the right hand side.
Prepare yourselves and draw weapons.
Lesley draws nothing because he is still in control, a man in control.
Just moving on through.
He'll call back. There's no way we can just run past.
I mean, keep going. Hopefully nothing interacts. Just go slow.
Oh?
Well, Arquen jumped out, didn't he?
No, I'm still in. I'm like hanging off the back.
All right. Well, make sure Arquen doesn't fall off.
Arquen, at that moment, like as you're just scanning around, you see something out of the corner of your eye, a blur of motion disappear behind the cart. You begin to turn like to watch its movement, and it's already disappeared into the grass on the other side of the road.
Did I see what vague size or shape it was?
You just saw a blur of motion. This is running off your passive perception. That's the only way you call that.
How fast are we going?
Walking pace, isn't it?
You're traveling about 40 feet around, because you've got a horse that you're pushing, but is also pulling a pretty laden cart.
Music's still a bit of quite nice for what is about to happen.
Because nothing's going to happen. We're just going to speed on past. It's going to be great.
Aderyn, you hear just kind of like mirthful laughter echo from the grass as you just see the stalks of this grass on the side just rustle through. And something seems to move very quickly through the grass, seemingly joyfully giggling away.
Aderyn's gonna jump out of the cart and yell, "Stop! Stop! What are you?"
Like jumping off the cart or jumping out so your voice can be heard? Like still on the cart?
Jumping off the cart.
Oh.
That's it. I'll jump off.
Same fucking not letting that happen. Just Willie. Like, I guess we're going to Ximori.
Aderyn, roll me a persuasion check.
Does anybody have time to react?
Persuasion check the same. That it is.
She gone.
A 9.
A 9. You see this thing like there's the briefest pause of movement in the moving grass before it takes off again.
Leslie's gonna call out, "Aderyn, please."
No, there's like things in the grass.
There's things ahead of us. Let's keep going.
Okay, just get on the cart again.
Can you make me a dexterity saving throw, please?
Oh, okay.
Just Aderyn?
Just Aderyn.
That's a 17.
17. You go to turn around and you feel something like clip your heel, try to trip you up, and you stumble but then catch yourself.
I'm gonna turn around and go, what are you? Who? That was very rude.
Arquen, roll me a perception check.
That's 20.
That's 20. You were like scanning across, especially as you saw Aderyn jump down, and it is so hard to catch what is moving around. The speed they're moving, the time you've seen their like burst out of the grass, they're already dozens and dozens of feet away, and your eyes are tracking.
Was about to ask whether I could do a thing. Yeah. Can I make it part of this? Basically, it's like a prepared action, kind of. Can I Misty Step and grab whatever it is that's running. Like make a grapple check.
Okay. You can indeed. Make me an athletics check. Yeah, I'd say the Misty Step cancels out the disadvantage on this.
Awesome, cool. I can't remember what my fucking stats are. That's a 25.
I rolled an 11. So you suddenly see, like, Aderyn, as you stumble, you suddenly feel this burst of leaves and wind as Arquen disappears from the cart just next to you and appears 30 feet away, where you suddenly hear a poof as a small, kind of no more than maybe a foot tall, very skinny, blue-skinned, long pointed ears figure bumps into Arquen's shin, and Arquen just grabs them by the scruff of their neck. They're wearing like almost like gold leather jerkin with like green detailing, a small sword no bigger than like a penknife to you on their hip. It's like as Arquen has the by the scruff of their neck. That's fair.
I will say in Sylvan to the creature, like, our purpose is ordained. You will allow us passage.
I mean,
or I will throw you as hard as I physically can.
Roll me an intimidation check.
Oh, that's what Am I proficient? I just closed the... Fuck, I just closed my character sheet! Intimidation. I am! It's the only charisma skill I'm proficient with.
The only one you need.
Okay. Just... Now. We'll put the stuff back.
And damn right you will. And then I will take out my last gold piece, which is probably like, you know, a good fraction of its body size.
It's about the size of their head.
Yeah, it's like... Oh, and I like pull out from behind its ear. Again, ridiculous considering how its size.
It's
like,
Are you gonna put me down or what?
I like flick it off into the grass, chuck it in that direction.
As far as you can?
Not as far as I can, no.
Well, you kept your promise.
You see like a bunch of the grass just move as like seemingly, as you like are all now paying attention to this movement, maybe about half a dozen of these fast moving creatures all kind of collate in the middle of this grass out of your vision. And you hear just like whispering in Sylvan, which I think only Arquen understands. Just like,
that's a lie.
Fair enough. You only catch like fragments of it. It's like, not worth it. Everyone, touch about it.
Enough Sylvan's triplet so I can call face slurs in their own language.
As Arquen runs back to the car and like jumps up on it, he just like lets out a hearty and chucks like a handful of silver out of the cart towards like where they are.
You see them like scatter, and then you see in response.
Oh fuck! That's 10 of my silver.
You see a bunch of small coming out of the grass in response. There are 6 packages that get thrown in the air towards the cart. And I would like each of you to please roll me a d20.
Can I just for my own... Where is Aderyn right now? Is she still...
It's up to Aderyn.
She's not in the car.
I was getting on the cart.
Imagine I'm helping Aderyn get back on the cart.
There's nothing stopping you from getting on the cart, except for
I'll
this
be on the cart.
rain of items coming towards you right now.
Like up a pot, just bang.
I need each of you to roll 2d20, correct? Actually. Don't add them up, just give me them separately. And we'll go through. Aderyn.
3
Yeah.
and 15.
As Ximori pulls you back up to the cart, something drops in the neckline of your dress, and you look that, and you pull out a pouch, a small Hessian pouch, which you can look into later. Arquen.
I got a 4 and a 5.
You feel the smallest thing gets thrown at you as you just get a small bean that seems to, even as you catch it, it's bouncing in your hand. You're and it just seems to be there.
Opens his hand as well.
Balrick.
Yeah.
Did you also roll 2d20?
Yes, please.
Oh, I got a 4.
4.
And a 7.
4 and a 7. You get thrown a conical piece of wood that's been carved out with a small end at this end, a large end at this end, and then it's got a stick in one side that you can use as a handle.
Wait, one more time.
I got a megaphone.
You got a megaphone made out of wood, yes.
I got a megaphone.
That's amazing.
More like a broom, right?
It's a megaphone. No, you want about yours? Mine?
Yeah, yours.
It's a megaphone. It's a megaphone. Big on a stick.
And the stick is down and not across.
Yeah.
It could be across.
The stick was at the end of it, it was a broom.
That's what I was imagining.
He specifically did it that way to distract you from the fact that it's just a megaphone.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a magical
Leslie.
That's a 5 and a 20.
Wow, you guys are rolling really well on the first ones. A small piece of a small about this long piece of leather that's been tied up in a knot so it can fly through the air.
That's quite a reasonable length, I think.
Gets thrown towards you, and as you it hits you in the face, and you pull off. You see it's got an owl detailing at the top, and you very quickly realise that this is a bookmark.
Fucking hell! I'm just gonna write another
I got the thing for nerds.
Tauri.
bookmark.
A 20 and an 18.
Yeah, Jerry.
20 and an 18. You're not even paying attention to this as it's coming on, and then you suddenly hear something rattle into the inside of your loot. And you have to turn and shake your loot, and then you then eventually manage to shake it free. A small thimble comes out.
Anything special about the thimble?
You can take a look at it in a sec. Ximori.
5 and a 17.
You're not even paying attention. You're reaching down for Aderyn and cracks up a stone, cracks you in the head. So when you pick it up, you see that it's got a weird rune etched into the front of it.
I look from the stone to the little gaggle of creatures. I'm gonna let this go for now.
Everyone in the car?
Everyone's in the car.
Vroom. Leslie's speeding off again. Come on, heel.
Horse wheel spins. We'll have smoke behind us.
Is there anything anyone would like to do?
Leslie, that's not a gear stick.
The remainder of your journey today.
I will like to have a close look at this thimble that this weird fey creature threw at my head.
Cool.
I will also do detect.
You rolled a
magic on
20
it
and an
to make
18,
sure.
didn't you?
Yes.
Cool, yeah. You look at this now, and it is a thimble. And as with any thimble, the whole premise of a thimble is it holds needles while you're sewing. So you
What are thimbles for?
No, a thimble is protecting your finger.
Sorry, yes.
Gethin, do you?
That's my mistake. That's my mistake.
If you've got needles in your thimble, you've done something wrong.
That's where I'm going with this.
That's what she said.
That is where I'm going with this. It is to prevent you being stabbed by needles, but this one, as you are holding a needle towards it to test it, you see it get sucked inside the thimble.
Okay. Detect magic.
This gives off the weakest aura of magic possible, but it is functionally magical.
Does it just store needles? Oh my god, is it like a thimble of arrow?
What happens if I turn it upside down and try and shake out the needle?
Roll me a d6.
Hey, Tauri, you're a nerd. What's this room?
4.
4 needles fall out of it.
Do they come out with any, like, force?
No.
Or just...
Can you do it with arrows?
Merchants.
What happens if I hold one of the metallic crossbow bolts that Togra made me near it?
Nothing.
That's not a needle, is it?
Let's
Okay,
fucking
I
do
hold
it.
4 needles.
4 needles go inside it.
And what happens if I shake it out?
4 needles come out.
Oh. Weak.
So 1 needle went in, 4 came out, and that's it now.
1 needle went in, 4 needles came out. You held 4 needles up to it, and 4 needles came back out. I don't know how this is confusing.
Harry, what's this rune say, nerd?
You've got a useless thimble. Get over it.
With thimbles.
I actually think it's the most useful thimble.
Roll me a d8, Andrew, would you please?
Actually, I don't think. Can you imagine you're sewing? You're in the middle of sewing, you accidentally hit your thimble, and your needle just disappears. You're like, I'll get another one.
Well, at least you
It
can just shake
disappears.
it
The
out.
thread continues to just fly into the thimble. No.
We can rob a needle shop.
Andrew, you rolled a 3, was that?
Yeah.
Tauri, with your detect magic up, the rune and stone that Ximori is holding gives off a faint divination aura.
Okay. Is it a rune I've seen in the book?
No.
Do you mind if I copy this rune down?
Sure.
Sure, maybe when we're not on a bouncing cart. Ow, fucking needle! As I step on a needle. Stop dropping needles out of your thimble.
I put the thimble away. Right,
That's
this
not
one.
where you store them.
Anyone else?
It was the exact opposite of what you meant to do with a thimble. Store needles in it.
Yeah, what's this fucking bean?
Just a bean, innit?
Jumping bean.
Yes. You've just got a bean. It eventually does seem to settle down. Like it just seemed like animated initially, and now it's just like a bean, like fairly sizable bean. Odd color. It's a kind of pastel pink with a singular orange band like around its waist, for lack of a better term.
Jelly bean.
Well, I
Eat it. Eat it.
give it a flick. I'm sorry.
No.
Hello, sexy.
Okay, wait. He leaves. We get 3 million gold pieces each.
I agree.
Pinky. Yep.
Thank you, DM Emma.
It's what happens when he leaves.
I was
I
sort of
pick it up
power.
and hold it between my fingers. I'm like, what are you?
No, I'm not going to do that.
Relatable.
Have we ever seen this
we
before?
need to move on from me.
We do.
What is the bean?
Just a little animated jumping bean.
Oh, I thought you might flick it and see what happened.
He did.
You already made that.
You're
joke.
behind, keep up, Bryn. You're behind the curve.
If you want, we can move on, and I can put my mouth on my wooden tube on my wood.
It's too sexually suggestive. We need to move on. What's in Aderyn's pouch? No.
I want to know what's in Aderyn's pouch.
We all want to know.
Aderyn, you open up the pouch, and you find some finely ground spices inside.
For my soup!
But the spices?
Beans?
What color are they?
Spices?
They blocks.
Inside, it looks like a fairly like, you know, the color of brown when you mix every paint color together.
The reddish brown, yes.
Yeah, it's that brown.
But this sounds like spice.
It's going to go great on beef.
He who controls the spice controls the universe.
The universe. Spice was flow!
No.
Anyway, your road continues.
Lesley wants to know what his bookmark does.
When I eventually get my aura, which gives me immune to fright, and I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer.
Oh, we're so chaotic today.
I mean, your issue here, Lesley. I mean, roll me an Arcana check if you want to try and figure out what this bookmark does.
I shall roll the Arcana.
Right now, it's very good. It's good quality leather with an owl mark in it. Which, interesting for you, you do have people in your past who have owls as motifs, but it's a separate point.
Do?
Yeah.
Thank you, Gethin.
Fucking news to Lesley.
It was a nat 19,
owls.
which goes down to 19, but that's not the problem. Like, tell me.
You do look at this, and you are reminded of the Archmage, of which you are a thruple member of. And
He goes into his back pocket and touches the handkerchief.
correct. Interestingly, this has the same signature at the bottom. It looks like a item made by them one time or another. You're not 100% certain what it does, but based on everything you know,
It marks books.
it marks
Lesley,
spell
you
books
look-
in particular.
You look quite wistful and also slightly horny. What's going on?
All in good time, my darlings. Oh, dang. Oh, this goes right into Leslie's, like, top pocket. The owl's sticking out.
Fair enough.
If I can try to determine whether the bean is magic, I rolled a 0.
I rolled a 0, yeah. It's a
zero.
bean.
Bean.
It's a bean. Maybe you'll figure it out one day.
No,
But
I should.
the road winds ever onwards, and the sun eventually begins to head towards the western horizon.
Try again.
I'm sorry, we got the megaphone.
No, I'm leaving that. I'm always like, oh, cool. Use it at some point. You just said the road. You didn't say it right.
Actually,
I
was
wasn't
about to ask-
quoting anything.
I
It
was
was
about
so
to ask,
close to the road goes ever on and on.
Yeah, no.
did Derek get anything?
No.
Aww.
Rude.
Heck. What about Deck?
What about
Oh,
that?
That's why I'm not using
Come
the
on.
megaphone. I'm not using the megaphone. I'm
You missed
boycotting.
this, Gethin. You missed this.
Anyway, as the road winds on, Balrick, you are paying attention to your map somewhat.
No.
Hold on, Leslie's giving me a look.
You think Leslie's moving on until Derek gets a thing?
Yeah, we're boycotting.
Wait, okay,
Yeah,
so
'cause
you pull up the cart when you realise you've only got 6
boycotting the
items thrown
adventure
at you.
until Derek gets a thing.
Yeah.
Deck is actually beyond physical, wants and needs.
Yeah, maybe so, but we're not. We want Derek to have them.
Derek cares not for material goods.
But we care for them, for Derek.
Roll me. I mean, what do you shout back at these fake creatures to convince them to give a dragon?
Oi!
One more!
For the dragon!
Leslie's gonna use one of his, martial
Oh, I
die.
am convinced Emma only uses martial die for persuasion check.
Just fuck him.
Yeah,
I don't think she's used them for any combat.
No, she should.
because I can only use them for charisma.
No, it's because you're never here when combat happens.
That's true, that's true. If I'm here, you can be happy, you can, breathe easy, because no combat's happening. I'm gonna derail that. So Sexy yells back, one more, and is gonna use it for persuasion.
Yeah.
She wants to persuade them.
She.
I give advantage.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Hey, Leslie is very gender fluid.
Can I give advantage?
Oh,
Shout in.
how are you helping?
By
I
translation.
just shout out the back of the cart in Sylvan. It's like, one more for the dragon! Yeah!
Sure.
Let's go. Advantage, come on.
Chuck another silver piece.
So 19 plus my
So
persuasion, which is plus 6, so it's 25 plus. We did it. 30.
Okay, roll me 2d20.
I will let.
I think that
Chris-
might be the first 30 of the campaign as well.
No, I don't think so.
I think we've had one before.
I think we've had one with the nature, one of, because you also have a plus 10 for something. Is that right?
I have a plus 11 for stealth, but I don't think I'm needed to use it.
Do you not have a plus 10 for?
I think I'm the only one that has.
No, we had a 30 when Aderyn persuaded the Pariarch to resurrect Togrim.
Ah,
True.
So second 30 is still good, but you can roll for Derek's gifts.
you want me to roll?
Yes, please.
I would ask whether that's the first 0 we've rolled in a campaign, but I'm pretty sure I've rolled more than 1 0 in this campaign.
I've rolled negatives.
Yes.
So
I've rolled negatives as well.
Chris, let's find out what
High
Derek got.
highs and low lows.
and then you roll one and I'll roll one.
Okay. You can get the
I've
first
got
one.
3.
A 3? Wow. Oh, I got 7. Sorry.
Cool, okay. Brilliant. A small flask just gets hurled from the bushes towards Derek. And Derek catches this thing in its mouth, and you can hear like a sloshing inside. On the outside is a motif of a calm sea.
Oh, we're going to yell back thank you, right?
Yeah!
There are various curse words in Sylvan shouted back at you.
Don't speak Sylvan. They're cheering.
You know what? I shout some curse words back. Lesley doesn't know.
No.
It's
Cover
fine, it's
Aderyn's
fun.
ears just by the fact Aderyn doesn't speak Sylvan.
Aderyn does not speak that one.
Anyway. The road...
Balrick legitimately only speaks Sylvan because there is mortal enemies.
Not that you.
It's all he knows.
Very casual.
Tell you to fuck off.
So I've got to say, I will, like, me personally, as a human in the real world, I know a lot of swear words in different languages because they're the first ones that you pick up. Is it at all possible that we're starting to pick up the swear words in Sylvan because of our proximity to these people?
How frequently Balrick releases
Roll me an intelligence check.
profanity.
Well, don't make me roll it. Fuck's sake.
Because of how frequently
Whoa,
Balrick spouts his Fey-phobic nonsense.
It's a 7.
It's a 7. Not yet.
That's fine.
Let's say Aderyn's lessons in Draconic are going a bit better.
Does she have draconic swear words?
I don't know whether...
Yeah, we specifically did. Yeah, that was one of the lessons.
Okay. Then yes.
I swear.
Anyway, the road winds on, and eventually, as the sun begins to set, Balrick.
Derek has a bottle of something. It has a calm sea motif. Anything else notable about it?
It's a flask with a calm sea motif on it. What do you do with it?
That's for Derek to know and for us to find out.
Put it in his pouch. He surely has a pouch.
He's not
Let's
a
give Derek a
kangaroo.
cavalier.
Look around his neck. Come on, pouch.
I think does Lesley want to give him one? I've never given him
his
one.
drink cloaca.
No, but Tauri now has the means to procure 3 needles, and so at our next, well, she had to put 1 in, I think. So like at our next stop, Lesley will try. Yeah, we're going breakneck.
The symbol
Like,
of tripling needles.
Is it still like super
Oh yeah, it's still really overgrown.
really dense?
The road, to be clear, the road isn't. You're not slowed by this. The road is still usable. It is just
like,
stark
if we were
to see.
to come across somebody, it would be really awkward. Like, no, you go back. Oh, I guess we can reverse. It would be one of those.
You would you might have to like go into the grass for a bit, kind of thing, and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which there is a fair amount of traffic on this road, which isn't great.
We haven't seen any of it.
You've seen a fair number of cars going back and forth. This is the main road connecting the capital and Geodathras.
But, like, okay, but whenever there is another car coming towards us, we bring Ximori out front, and they are just like, okay, you go.
Can we
You go around.
Can we stop one of the carts and ask them about this and see if they know anything about it?
Yeah, sure. You stop a cart heading south with a dwarf and a human kind of riding the front of it. They've got a small amount of goods kind of packed up in the back. But it does seem like they're more on like a supply mission to Geodathras to pick stuff up there. You hail them up, he's like, yeah.
You've travel on this road much?
Yeah, been travelling all day. About a week or two by this point since we left Andamar.
No, I mean fairly regular. Do you do this journey regularly?
Oh, yeah. This is our standard route.
Is it always like this?
No. I heard word from the Stormcrest as we crossed the bridge. They said they'd cleared this out on their way through, but doesn't look like they did a very good job. Too busy swinging shiny swords, if you ask me.
Yeah. Well, thank you for letting us know then.
Sure, no worries.
Have a safe journey.
Is it much worse down the road?
Much the same.
Well, that's
But
no
for a
fun.
while, actually. I mean, it clears up after about what time is it now?
It's probably just afternoon.
Yeah, about I'd say like a half day before dusk. I reckon you'll reach the end of it before dusk.
Nah.
Yeah. Keep an eye on anything loose. It might, get a bit bumpy. Might shake itself free.
Ah, thanks. That's appreciated. We'll make sure we tie some things down.
Leslie's gonna whisper and ask, "Do we tell them about the little guys?" Sorry.
I think that's what Ximori was doing.
Oh. Sorry,
With a
Ximori.
wink nudge.
Anyway, safe travels. We've got to get on. Hope you find somewhere decent to camp. Most people seem to have left up there.
How far does it go your way?
Until you just get past the forest on the western side, it seems to clear up as you approach towards the gatehouse at the end of the bridge.
Oh, how far away is that?
Probably another day's ride from here.
Oh Jesus! No, all Tiamat. No.
Tiamat.
Tiamat is Jesus,
Oh, Dick.
the five-headed dragon that died for our sins.
Anyway.
Wow. All right.
They continue on up the road.
No, I guess we'll try and find our cut-off soon.
As you're traveling, you do see signs of civilization that does live along this road. You see a small kind of hamlet, kind of just like on a side road up towards the coast. You even see the ruins of an old tower, long since, kind of centuries old ruin at this point, off to one side. And here and there, like signposts and everything. And as I say, as the day winds on and eventually dusk begins to threaten the western horizon, Balrick, you're paying attention to your map. And you think you must be coming up to it, and at which point you do kind of see the copse of trees begin to develop to the western side of the road. And you're like, that's the woodland that you would need to pass through to kind of take the shortcut. I'm just trying to dig up the map for you to kind of give you a better representation.
It's in in-game chat, I think.
Yeah.
Nah, give us another one.
Yeah, that's it. So the woodland doesn't show on the map, but where that kind of range of... So you've like been following this range of hills basically all day to keep them on your left-hand side. And just as that range of hills begins to dip down, it ends up into a woodland that stretches towards the bridge to the north. And that path basically led between the foothills of those kind of hills and mountains along the edge, slightly inside the forest at that point. So it's almost a direct cut off of the up-down.
Rather than up-down, yeah.
No, wait.
Also,
no, I need to work out which map we're talking about.
In-game chat. In-game chat, literally the third picture up.
Okay, and we're heading
with the blue circle, that's where we're going.
Ah, I see.
There's the hills.
Oh, okay, so there's the like turn back and we're going along.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
rather than going up to the bridge and back down, we're just going to cut across.
Cool. Thank you, Val.
So to this point, yeah, you kind of have the decision at this point. As I say, you've maybe got another hour at best of daylight.
I mean, you said there's a little hamlet.
The hamlet was while you were traveling, so that was like a couple of hours back at this point.
Damn.
You want to have another go at a sweet little tavern? An independently owned tavern?
The small coffee shop wagon that walks past.
No, it's okay because Leslie's gonna shout back to Aderyn. Shall we do the cooking tonight as a thank you?
I'm going to do the cooking, but I don't know if you can join me, Lesley.
Leslie's gonna call back. Aderyn, please. You have so much to teach me about the cooking in the south. You were always much better than me at conjuring up some food.
That's because you're terrible at cooking, Lesley.
And you'd subject our dear friends to my terrible cooking.
You just need to say you're sorry, because you're so obsessed with Balrick, Lesley, that you have been ignoring me. And don't say no, because I've seen the way you act around Balrick.
And we're still traveling at speed, and Leslie's just gonna give the reins to Balrick and climb into the back.
Oh, Jesus.
Balrick's got maps in his hands. Balrick's like,
fuck. Arquen climbs into the front.
Leslie's in the back.
I'm trying to read back.
Move your leg.
There's no listening. Leslie's in the back. Aderyn, I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. I understand. I understand everything from the sign. I understand inequality in the kingdom is not. There's so much, and we didn't expect to see it up here in the south. It's like it's like some sort of a haven. We don't have any of this, like, no bard stuff, no magic stuff. It's really quite a mess up here, and I didn't expect it. And I'm really sorry that I didn't support you, because I understand that everything in the tavern was like a rebellion against the Empire and their stronghold on the different types of people here and how much they want to control who everybody is when we can't help who we are. Maybe some of us are bards, and maybe some of us have some magic, and maybe some of us are sexy, and we can't help that. Like, that's just part of who we are. It's in our nature. And I'm really sorry that I didn't support you. If we were back there right now, I would fart in his general direction. That's what I do for you.
That means a lot, Lesley. Thank you. Next time they ask, I'm gonna give what you said as an explanation, because it makes a lot more sense than what I did it for.
I understand. We've traveled so long together, and your father has written some music that's really touched me. And you channel his, like, essence in your own being. He's kind of, you know what? He's kind of the guy who's like what's the word?
The thing, you know.
He's the thing, you know. He's the like the poser. He's the real poser. You know, you're the one who really stands up for what he says. You know, he says the things, and you really you embody them.
You know what? I think you're right, and it's okay. I get it. Balrick is cool, and I get it. You have your grown-up old man.
You'll get to when you're my age, and you're also an old man who's got kids and, like, a life that he's escaped from. But don't worry about it. You'll understand it one day.
Lesley has kids?
Don't worry about it. You'll understand it one day.
Don't worry about it. Of course Lesley has kids. He's from the Titan Balls.
Shit to the bastards.
Do you know how many fans the Titan Balls have? The
Titan Balls.
Yeah, that's the nickname.
Titan Balls.
Lesley has Titan Balls.
Arquen's just had the realization, is like, I don't know who I am. I might have kids.
How many parents are this?
Leslie's gonna just like gently like hold her hand and be like, I miss you. I'm sorry about our fight. I support you no matter what.
Thank you.
Even when you have some funny hijinks.
I think I just haven't been the same since I quit drinking, you know? I don't think it's done me a lot of good.
And Leslie's gonna reach behind him, pour a glass of wine and hand it.
How long ago was that? 3 days.
Like 3 hours ago.
I don't know.
I think it's about a week and a half at this point.
No.
It was in Geodothras.
It was post Togrin's death. That was when she decided to stop drinking.
Oh shit,
No,
that's
it was when she,
7 days.
It was when she joked about Balrick's kids.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And Balrick went and cried.
So it's about 2 weeks.
So, yeah. You know, I'm not going to take up drinking, but I should. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's been like what, fortnight? I'm going to celebrate that milestone.
Aderyn's going through withdrawal. He explains a lot of Aderyn's like stuff recently. His withdrawal systems.
If you're struggling with alcoholism,
trigger warnings
don't
on
take
this
this.
episode.
I feel better now that I've celebrated. It's good to celebrate the little wins of my sobriety. Okay, you can cook dinner with me.
Have some
Without
road wine. I say, passing you another bottle of lamp oil.
This isn't alcohol,
very-
so it's fine.
Gonna, like,
Very,
put their hand
very
over-
subtly in the front seat. Balrick's going to be a little bit disappointed.
Leslie's gonna hold out a glass of wine.
No one notices. No one notices. Well, actually, to be fair, deception. 2. But
I notice.
Arquen notices. Arquen's the only one who can really.
There's a little sigh, like oh, from the front, and we're like, ooh.
It's fine. I'm still sober.
Comparatively.
I was
Like,
just celebrating a milestone.
to Balrick,
doesn't
like,
count.
she's young.
But Leslie's gonna climb back to the front and pull the reins.
my
from
God,
Balrick
fucking-
violently.
There's not enough space. There's not enough space.
Everyone is gonna.
There's just 3 of us in the front because I don't have enough space to get into the back. Just like-
On 1.5 seats, 3 men on 1.5 seats, and 2 of us are giant.
I would
Leslie's
say
just. I'll be honest.
Leslie's
Leslie's probably just
happy.
sat on our laps.
happy to be on a lap. Just wants
I
to
was
be.
gonna say, Leslie's
I'm just
probably
sitting on the
between
other
that.
side with Tauri, just watching this all happen. Like,
Is Ximori going to join?
Leslie's gonna pat the leg of somebody. Like, hey, there's space for you too.
I'm really worried you lot are going to get hold of a bowl, some keys, and a lot of pineapple wallpaper.
We have a bowl. Arquen has definitely got a bowl.
I've got a cauldron.
This is
got
a
a
rock.
we just need some keys.
Swing
He's
We
got
have
the horse
nothing.
keys.
None of us
We
own
have nothing
keys.
to do right now.
You put the reins of your horse in the bowl.
We'll put some pampas grass out the front. It'll be fine.
While they've all been talking,
Yeah.
Tauri has been going through her disguise kit.
We've been casting Hypnotic Pattern again, yeah? Yeah, sure. Disguise kit.
And once they finished having a conversation, we'll say, so has anyone thought of the fact that we have told the castigators we don't know where Aderyn is? And we're about to go where the castigators are with Aderyn in our cart.
Only one of us said that they didn't know what Aderyn was.
And only one of us has had that thought. No, yeah.
And to be fair, the last 12 hours I've consumed roughly 3 litres of lamp oil. So
I could cover my tattoo up and change my clothes.
Gonna have to change
it's
your
the
aesthetic.
hair, Aderyn. We're going to have to cut your hair off.
What?
Never.
Do you know how
Beautiful
expensive
bacon.
this dye job was?
And we're about to ruin it.
It's not natural.
And I show off my disguise kit.
Arquen, who is born with purple hair? You freak.
Protagonists.
Specifically, anime protagonists.
Specifically, Aderyn protagonists.
Well,
No,
yes,
I think you mean.
I faked it.
I think you mean Aderyn antagonists.
I'm going to reach into the bag and also pull out my disguise kit. It's significantly less put together.
It's a big old cloak.
So
Yeah, I've got hair dye and cosmetics in here, thank you.
You know what it is? I bring out
Pair
like
of
a.
shears.
You know what it is? I bring out like a proper disguise kit. You know, like lots of different things. You know, it kind of opens up. What Ximori brings up is the makeup gun from the Simpsons.
Where like you bring out like one of those little like tiered makeup tiered makeup.
It opens up and everything.
I just bring out like a drawstring bag with just like hair dye, some like shears, just like everything is just chucked in the bag and sealed up.
Bryn's right, it's the makeup shotgun. There's just like
That one.
Excuse me, this was an inexpensive but very well done dye job.
Hold still.
What do you suggest, Tauri? Because you don't strike me as the kind of person who is used to doing makeovers. Not because you don't need one, which is good.
Good save.
Tauri just hears in her head.
Tauri does have a passive insight of 17.
Yeah.
Balrick from the front.
Oh,
good save.
Yeah, but Aderyn's passive deception has got to be at least 17.
I do want to hear Bryn describe how to do makeup, though.
I have no fucking clue.
Turns around.
I have a
Tell me what
basic.
concealer is in. Tell me of the different shapes of brushes and sponges.
Just tell me what goes on an eye.
Eyeliner, obviously.
Tell me, Bryn, do you know what a beauty blender is?
Great.
Shadow.
The hedgehog.
Basic.
Oh, are you excited for Sonic 3?
Nearly got over to smile wine.
Basically, we needed to make you look
normal,
like anyone else.
Yeah.
And make you look like everyone else.
So you want to make me look ugly?
Not ugly, because then you'd stand out.
That's remarkable.
Boring.
Plain.
The curtains close on the cart for 5 minutes, and out comes a 5 out of 10.
No.
Out comes a solid 6.
In good lighting.
Aderyn normally starts every sentence with 8. A 10 is speaking, but now she's like 8. It's another 8.
Okay, well, do you have suggestions, Tauri?
Hair, eyes, brows, face, and hide the tattoo. And clothes.
Hair, eye, brows, face, hide the tattoo.
What's wrong with my brows? Did you have to change my brows? I paid good money for them.
Because we need
They're
to
very
make
sharp and distinctive.
Oh my god, Aderyn's such a diva, isn't she? Oh my god.
Yes.
I'm sorry, she's the daughter of a rock star.
The thing is, Aderyn, your eyebrows are too good. The average person won't have eyebrows that good.
You knew this would happen one day.
One day, your incredible eyebrows would fuck you over. And that day has come.
Am I correct in thinking that her eyebrows are slightly purple at the edges?
I mean, that sounds awesome and expensive.
Yeah, that tracks.
Now that sounds right.
I will just point at the fact that your eyebrows are not the same colour as a natural person's hair colour.
Nor is your hair. Quite
Oh.
obvious.
Alright, fine. We can get rid of my signature color. Temporarily. Briefly. Very briefly.
But you can put like a dark colour over it and it'll wash off in case of emergencies. Like if we need to see the purple again.
Just think, Aderyn, you are playing the role of a lifetime.
Oh, I'm a really good actor. I can totally act. Okay, what color?
We need you to play townsperson B.
Aderyn had been in one play, and her dad begged for her to be able to do it.
She was the tree.
I was about to say the exact same thing.
In the great story of Noah's Ark, you, Aderyn, shall be lobster number 3.
No, you, Aderyn, shall be the plank.
She was the lead. However, they turned her mic off and had someone else over her.
Okay, are we talking like a red? Red could be good. Like a bright red.
I'm thinking more a sort of
dull red.
More a like sort of brown. Dull green brown.
Brown.
Think of something Balrick would wear.
I just want to defend Aderyn, just briefly. God, talking here. Defend Aderyn. Your plan is to make her look dull and boring in a party with a literal peacock.
Oh shit.
A bard wearing a leather jacket. A deranged lunatic with mental ears. A dragon. Her appearing normal will stand out more.
You know what?
You're right. We need a full suit of armor. We need a full suit of plate armor with a helmet.
This makes no sense. This is just bullying. I am being.
All right.
Just go. You look weird. You look weird.
Change tack. Change tack.
I know exactly the look we're gonna do. Kind of brainwave. Hold on.
We go in the exact opposite direction to what we were going.
Make her not stand out. The point is to make her not look like Aderyn.
Follow the link in character art.
This?
A great thing for the visual medium we're currently in.
There isn't a link.
I just see this. There's nothing else.
I just see this.
No, it's linking a thing. It's Naya.
It's linking to Naya.
For podcast and YouTube viewers, imagine, if you will, a sort of Joan of Arc figure with blonde hair.
No, to understand fully the context for this, please go watch our previous.
There'll be a link.
So we're gonna go from all purple to bright golden armor. That'll really blend.
But you won't look like a spellcaster.
What we need is a full helmet. We need a full helmet for you.
Whoa. No, wait. Lesley has this. The flail merch. Just flail tails merch. There's like a whole helmet situation. It looks like a snail. There's like a little mitt. It's a little snail, but like.
Also, no staff. We need to make you look like not a spellcaster.
Or Arquen and Aderyn change clothes.
Oh.
You are vastly different sizes.
Hide my staff?
Exactly. Yes. I won't look like Aderyn, and yet Aderyn won't look like Aderyn.
No staff, but I have... Hang on. I'll rummage around in my bag and pull out a wooden club.
What do I do with that?
And another wooden club.
Like a staff.
Why do you have so many wooden clubs?
Don't ask questions you don't need answers to. But you never know when you're going to need to hit somebody with something.
It's a sex thing. Right. I need my tools.
Can I request?
Tools.
Can I request?
I mean, Ximori was the one who bought all the gimp masks.
Yeah, he was.
I'm rather attached to my staff. It keeps me sane.
Lesley ties a snail at the top of it.
I can break it in half for you.
No. It was a gift.
Oh.
The bean.
I take my dagger and I tie it to the end.
It's a spear.
It's a spear.
Spear.
With a large
spear.
Crystalline growth out the top, the size of your head.
I cover that.
On the other end.
Has she been walking around with a freaking staff that has a rock on it the size of our heads?
Yes.
Check the art.
How do you carry that?
With difficulty. She is not good at hitting people with it.
Whenever she's been getting into issues and we've assumed it's been magic, what she's been doing is just hitting people with it and being like, oh, it's been magic.
It's all my magical crystal magic. That you are just hitting them with a big stick.
Yeah, the magic is they're being made unconscious. Wow.
Maybe magic is the big sticks we made along the way.
I didn't realise Tauri had such massive tits.
To be fair, there was some real
I think
discussion about
Aderyn's
that
are the
with
biggest. Not gonna lie, Aderyn's cleavage is out there.
The characters, the
Really depends
original
on
art
the
that I
fan
got
art.
sent by Liv, they were much bigger, and I went, I don't know how I feel about this. As a man playing a woman, I don't know how I feel about her having the massive knockers.
About
that
having
you
the
made
massive
her.
tits for the party.
I don't think I'd become an adventurer just because it would hurt too much. My back! Good God!
The real issue that we come to is finding a place that does bras for these ladies.
Why do you think I wear a corset all the time?
It's basically just a binder.
You press the invitation what? What about them?
Make them sparkle.
Anyway,
No,
sorry.
Sorry,
Mage
mage
hands.
hands.
Mage hands.
Big hands.
This session never stood a
Anyway,
chance.
I suggest we disguise myself, Tauri, if you have disguise things, as an old lady. Then my staff could be a walking stick, and it means I don't have to run anywhere because I'm old.
Lesley still has some like silks.
How many
some-
scarves you got, Lesley?
Honestly, more than we could ever use. Right, Gavin?
Yeah.
As long as it's not, like,
You forget. Lesley didn't help you in the first half of the Splicer Beast hunt because they were busy buying scarves.
Forgot about that.
anytime Leslie's not there, it's because he's buying scarves and not because Emma is busy. So Lesley has like sheer like purple scarves. They're a slightly different hue of purple than Aderyn would normally wear. But like they kind of, some of them are kind of a little bit old lady because that's chic these days.
Very mindful.
Like
Very
I have some clothes.
Like,
I have
Katrina
some
situation.
dye. So we could dye your dress tonight a different colour so then it's not magically changed.
We already have other clothes for Aderyn. They're just very, very fancy.
Yeah, you have a bright
Like,
gold
yeah, we
dress
need
that's been
not
heavily
fancy.
slashed and torn by Ximori, but sure.
Heavily
So,
slashed
yeah.
and worn, still sexy.
If these castigators ask, who am I? Am I what? Your grandma? Who's grandma?
Oh,
I mean,
Harry,
you're not an
can I
elf,
be your
so you're not my
motivation.
grandma.
You're my aunt
Can I be a...
from the south. We have the same accent. Surely we have the same accent.
We have the same accent.
Yes, these two have an identical voice.
We all have the same fucking accent.
No, we don't.
You're my aunt.
We've
we
entirely lost our accents while we've been talking
Apparently.
this session. Nobody is doing a character voice right now and hasn't for the last 2 hours.
Do you
Arquen
mean
hasn't
I'm
spoken in
doing a-
character for quite a
doing
while,
a
but it's
character
just
voice?
fine.
Not
It's
being
slightly
nothing but
deeper.
accent.
Do you think this is what I sound like in real life, Andrew?
It's honestly been a while.
This is what you sound like in real life.
This is how I hear you most of the time.
As far as Andrew's concerned, your other voice is what you're putting on.
Yes, that tracks. Okay,
Have
I
we
think
reached
you're
this?
great.
Lesley, you're my aunt, and we've been traveling for a long time. We are long-time fans of the Bonvalis, but we've never been lucky enough to see them.
No.
So we've
I've
been on
come-
the trail.
I've come to visit,
You've come
Yeah.
to
At least
visit.
and I do not have magic.
Don't
Well-
say
look
that.
into my
Don't
I look
say
into my
that unless
disguise
asked.
kit. I look
Let's
into my
start with-
disguise kit and bring out like a small like cushion sort of thing, like stuffing basically.
We haven't
We put
received any
this on your
message.
back. We can give you like a hunchback.
We
Well,
haven't
okay.
received any
Woman
message.
hunchback.
And Captain Blackadder certainly didn't shoot this delicious plump-bested pigeon.
You are very, very proud of your nephew for everything that he's achieved. If
Oh,
they
he's
bring
such a sweetie.
We needed to
Very
be believable.
age difference, it's because
Sorry.
He's so good with the balls, my nephew. Oh, he's an artist.
Okay, guys,
Yes.
why have you brought a grandmother?
she's a fan of the Bonvalis.
I just thought then I could wear something to cover everything up without having to change
Okay, but like
my hair.
Given that we're going into a very dangerous situation, why have we brought the old lady who can't do magic or run anywhere?
Well, she's much harder than she looks.
Yeah, I worked out.
We're
What are
escorting
you going
her.
to do if something tries to hurt you?
She's gonna hit them with a stick. Have you ever been punched by Grandma?
Yes.
I have. And let me tell you.
I have been punched by a grandmother and her wrist immediately shattered.
Oh,
Well, that's you. You're made
We're-
hard for me.
we're escorting her somewhere safe.
Mm.
So we
that the-
ran here with a potential convicted criminal, I point at Tauri,
You also
into
have
a
to
city where
explain-
we think it's going to catch on fire with an old woman covered in several flammable scarves.
and explain why we picked her up between there and here.
Yes.
She was on her own. They
Just
saw
say
what
that I
we
got
were
lost.
We
I get
found her on the
confused.
road.
Because I'm old, so I forget things.
And
So
we're
we
trying
randomly
to
have
find
an old
her,
woman with us that
we're
no
trying
one
to
has
find her
mentioned
grandson.
before.
I can just be like a grandma, like with a stick.
I mean, Aderyn doesn't have to be like with us at that point. They could just be wandering around. Let's just not make her connected to any of us, because otherwise, what is there? Wait, I have an intelligence of 9. This is a great idea. Let's do it.
Agreed. At least 3 of us agree that this is. 4 of us agree this is a great idea. Unless Balrick or Tauri have a higher intelligence than 10, I think we go along with this.
With 9
Yeah.
intelligence, it's like, I don't see anything wrong with this, but...
Balrick does have a higher intelligence, but at this point, Balrick is like, I'm not going to be able to convince you otherwise. I haven't so far.
Balrick
Any
doesn't
of
have the
the other
charisma.
The sun has set at this point.
Ahead of the sun to...
Continue.
Oh, fuck. It's dark.
The sun was watching, and then suddenly went, "Oh shit, the time, bye."
But we're still. Are we gonna like try and continue for as long as we physically can, like through this little path, or? Lesley votes that we just continue to try and push through until it's really too dark to
Got
see.
magic lights.
No, I think we need to set up a camp and we need to find. We've not reached the secret path yet, have we?
By this point, you were at dusk, reaching the point that you needed to divert off the road. There is not an obvious like sign or anything like that. You are essentially following a decades, centuries old map through a wood. So as you're like the point that you decided to turn off the main road, you had an hour or so left of daylight, where this whole debate then started.
All right, but maybe we use the last like 30 minutes of daylight to really try and disguise our cart.
Well, I'm going to say Balrick's in charge of that, I guess, while you guys are having that debate. Balrick will start figuring out. He'll find... Since, I imagine Balrick's taking over the driving now as well, with Arquen getting involved in the debate, and then...
Well, yeah, you're right. We're discussing.
And Lesley and stuff. Lesley jumps off the laps.
No, absolutely not. Lesley is lounging across them. and
Lesley's across.
between faces.
Yeah, okay. Shouting from the Balrick's armpit backwards into the thing. Yeah, okay. But Balrick will find a place to stop and then like start to hide the cart and clear a small clearing for us to camp.
Sure.
And of course, as
Just
we
out
stop,
from-
Lesley's gonna be like, "Why are we stopping?" And then going to be reminded of the whole plan that he insisted on, and then blah blah blah.
You know, just gonna be like, Lesley,
Lesley, don't put your hand
you
there.
get up now. You get up now, Lesley.
Well, why are we stopping? I don't understand.
It's dark and we need to set up a camp.
It's up camp. We can just keep on going.
Alright. Balrick's gonna lift Lesley up and put him over his shoulder. And Lesley can keep debating over Balrick's shoulder while
This is exactly what I wanted this whole time.
Keep it in your pants.
Wesley's
Chris.
Wes-
For the first time, party members are gonna fuck.
with camp being set up and at least the starting efforts to disguise and hide your cart being made, it is the last night before the full moon. There is plenty of dappled, soft silver light passing through the trees where you are on the edge of this woodland, as you all suddenly become quite aware that tomorrow is the full moon and the deadline that you were given by Amhrain, and you still do have a fair few miles to travel on untravelled roads, and who knows what will accost you in the meantime. So you decide to get to bed relatively early, and perhaps you'll pick up the disguise kits in the morning for Aderyn. I think there is a decent place for us to stop as we leave the story there, closing the chapter with you in a woodland, still unsure just how your confrontation with Amhrain is going to go. But until we pick this story up again, we'll leave it there. So, until then, see you later.